Hello.
Hi.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good
Evening.
That was the longest delay
It
ever.
was not.
Good.
Not true. Not true.
And an
So
evening.
I want to let you guys know ahead of time. We have company, so there's a lot coming and going. So you might hear some moving around in the back. I apologize to the audio listeners, but yeah, we're still going to go through with it. Still happening.
It's all good in the hood. Don't worry. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Trans. How are you doing anyway? All good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's been a pretty chill day, which is nice. So that's nice that we've been chilling out and not having too much going on. And I've been working on my Korean studies, and I've been in chats and Twitch, just watching and people that I follow and hanging out there for a little while. And then I had to go take care of like bills and things. But yeah, that's about the most of what my day's been like. So it's been pretty chill. It's been nice. It's been nice.
It's been good in the hood.
I just realized my camera was up a little bit low, so
we do apologize for any video technical difficulties from Trans's point of view.
No, I had brought it down for something yesterday, and I didn't put it back up where it's supposed to be. So
that's what she said as well.
It was kind of squished. My face was looking squished and.
Okay, stop. That's what she said as well. But yeah, so like I said, we was meant to have some guests this evening, but unfortunately, again, we have got no guests this week.
It's just us. Of course, I don't think you guys care. I mean, we have fun even when it's just us.
It's all good. I'm so sorry that we was meant to have a few, but you know, last minute stuff. But
it's all right.
Can I just say, I've got a little surprise for you, Trans, and for everyone. To be fair, and you want to know why?
Well, it's not really a surprise for me because I already know. You're above me now. You're not beside me anymore.
I keep doing it. I can't help it.
Hi, down here.
Oh yeah.
See? Yep.
Oh, there we go. That's better. That's better. Well, that was out of the blue. I was meant to say, no, I did not know. Wink, wink.
Why would I lie to our viewers, Malk? I'm not gonna lie.
No, just pretend. Just for
I'm not pretending. That's a lie.
Oh my god! Here we go.
But it is an exciting announcement. It's super exciting for you guys. So
unfortunately for the audio, I'm so sorry. We'll have to sort something out during the audio side of things. But for the guys who are watching it live on the Twitch, here you go.
See, thank you.
On the top left. That's right, Trans.
I'm trying to point to it.
Not the other way. You got it right.
Right there. It's right there where my fingers. Yep, above.
Yeah, top left is the QR code. And that QR code will be directly to the merch store.
I know it works because I tried it.
Suspicious? No, there's nothing suspicious. I promise you that. This is just the link for the merch store, and it is only for half of it is for the Bish Bash Bosh and half related to me, but it's just using my account. So that's why we're using the Bish Bash Bosh to use that. So check it out on the QR code. I'm so sorry to the guys who are listening on the audio. I will put it on the description. So you guys, if you want to purchase or anything like that, it is all on there.
You saying hi?
And
Akihime says hi.
Akihime. Hello.
Says hello. Let me make sure my stream info is correct. I might have to share it. Yeah, I've gotta take these off because I was doing run BTS reactions. So, all right, cool. There we go. Now we're done.
It's all good. It's all good.
All fixed. So just re-update, guys. The tags were wrong. They're fixed now.
Ah, fair enough. It's just I helped you out a bit with the description, but I could not do the tags.
Yeah. No worries.
Reese, how much is it? No, well, it's different prices. We're trying to do it as low as we can on the store.
Akihime, you need to get down.
That's what it is. Someone has scanned it. So you can, and it does appear on the stream to say who's scanned. No, so it's been scanned.
Check it out. It's got some cool.
So
There's like a lot of things I want on there, guys. Like I was talking about it. Thank you, Reese, for scanning the QR code. You don't have to. You don't have to say you did it. It just
no,
says
no,
someone. That's all it says.
yeah, just as someone scanned it anyway, so
Yeah.
it's all good. If it's annoying to anyone else, I will turn it off during the stream itself, so we don't want it to cover my face with that too. So, like I said, we'll be back on the Bish Bash Bosh. Yeah, it can be converted to UK. It's
It should when you go to buy it, it should do it. It's worldwide because I know they do worldwide shipping.
yeah, because I bought the shirt. I know I
Yeah,
bought the
so I
shirt.
know that there's
I think it's just the
worldwide
convert.
shipping.
I think it's just the conversion rate.
Yeah,
I
you'll just
think.
have to look it up. You'll just have to look up the conversion rates.
I think it's a little bit different, but we try to do as best we can with the short pricing. Anywho, so like I said, guys, this is episode 4. Can't believe it. Episode 4, season 3.
Already.
I cannot. This 44 episodes.
It's
We're
crazy.
nearly hitting the big 50 soon.
I know.
The big 50. Almost a
Oh
third
my
in already.
god. Yes.
Absolutely. I know it feels
Very
like
true.
decades. It feels like decades, to be fair. But like I said, I can't believe
Akahime, you need to go.
I can't believe we've done 44 episodes. I'm surprised Trance hasn't killed me yet, to be fair. I'm
Aw.
surprised that.
I
But
wouldn't kill you, Milk. You're
yet,
one of my dearest friends.
yet, if I don't mess this up, to be fair. Reese is absolutely
No.
laughing. But yeah,
No.
like I said, guys, it's more to do with to give you guys the enjoyment of the podcast each and every single week.
Yeah.
And
That's why we do it for the people.
absolutely.
By the way, I would like to say I am very proud of myself for getting these notes done early. I got the articles picked a couple days ago. I did the notes this morning. I got them done in no time. So just saying, I'm quite proud of myself. I'm gonna pat myself on the back because, yeah, achievements.
Okay. Spot on. Fair play to you with that, Trans. Fair play to you. Yeah, I will say Trans does a lot of the work with the notes, to be fair.
Oh, also, Reese, I would like to tell you, I don't really have a drink for hydrate. I literally have like a quarter of a cup of coffee, and that's all I have. I have nothing else, dude. I am out of drinks right now.
Yeah, I've only got one can. So,
I'll have to go get a can of soda if we do this.
yeah,
but just
but I've
know
only got
that
one can.
I'm not going to be able to do much today on hydrates. I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, it might just save them for next week. It's fine. I'm not
Yeah.
doing any this week. Like I
Okay.
said, oh, fair enough, mate.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, so we've got quite a few articles to go. Well, I say quite a few. We've got about 3 articles to go through. With
They're
the
shorter
first...
too this week. They're not that bad.
No. Like I said, as I'm reading them at the same time, wink, wink, as well. So it looks good, to be fair, and I cannot wait. I can't wait for one of them anyway, which you'll find out sooner rather than later. Let's have a look. Just doing the PC console news.
We didn't discuss who was doing news and who was doing discussion this week.
No, but I thought.
Do you want to take over news this week, bud?
I'll tell you what. I'll do it just for you because you did all the hard work, and I feel bad if I don't do anything with this.
I'll take care of discussion. You take care of news, and we don't have a guest, so it's just us guys. We'll just be hanging out. We'll probably have a shorter episode this week because of that. Before we get started too much, I do want to make announcements. For one thing, I do have the partnership with Dubby still going on, so definitely go there, check it out. Use TransNation for your code to get 10% off. Another thing I would like to say, I think we're all in it at this moment, but if you are not in it, we have the Bish Bash Bosh Discord, so definitely check that out. Also, I have a Patreon, which has 2 levels of support: the $2 a month support and the $5 a month support. $2 a month just gives you VIP access in the chat as well as in my Discord, and the $5 a month also allows you to get like access to like videos and stuff like that. So did it do it twice? I must have done it twice. I think it went on cycle. Yeah, I think it went on cycle. That must have been it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have that. And I think that's all. Oh, and D&D Monday will be coming back again in a couple days. So definitely
Ooh,
come back for that.
fair
Oh
enough.
yeah, must have. Yeah, I didn't realize the timer was going to come off on the same time. I was just tagging it so it was done. But Patreon and the support tags will all start clicking most likely. Don't worry about the Discord twice. It's no big deal. I know
Yeah,
my Stream Elements announcements are really loud. I'm sorry.
yeah. I
Are really
do.
long. Sorry, not loud.
I
Long.
I do agree with you with that one, Reese. I do agree with that one. Coincidence? I think not.
I didn't know the timer was going to kick in. I didn't think it was going to. Honestly.
We'll find out sooner rather than later, Chance.
I did not think it would. I was like, okay, I'm gonna cycle it, start cycling it, but apparently it did it on its own this time. So apparently Stream
Oh,
Elements is like, yeah, I'm gonna work now. Okay, thank
oh,
you.
fair enough.
Mm,
Fair enough. Well, Reese says we'll try to interview with Malk 2.0. So yeah. Um, but yeah, we'll sort something out during the podcast itself. But
mhm.
we got like I said, if you're new to the podcast, good evening, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and hope you're
Hi.
having a fantastic time with the
We
podcast.
are so happy you're here.
We
If you're new,
absolutely,
thank you.
absolutely. We've got a couple of segments to go through. We've got the PC console news, as you may already know. If not, we do have the PC console news to pick out what Trans has picked out the most common ones to watch out for. There's quite a few people that have
We're getting all kinds of
scanned.
skins. I'm all about it. Yay, thank you. And I do want to do a shout out to BRB0907 for following me about an hour ago. All the love to you. Thank you so much. I like to give everybody credit when you guys give us support. Thank you so much, and thank you for supporting my channel. I appreciate it. All the love.
Yeah,
No, I'm
absolutely,
happy to have everybody here. We're always
absolutely,
happy to have people here. Always. We want this
absolutely.
to be a big party. At some point, I want this to be a big enough party that when my Stream Elements kicks, it won't seem like it's so many lines at once because there'll be so many people. Holy shit.
Um,
Wow.
uh,
Dang. I'm all
um,
about this. Thank you so much, guys.
um, yeah.
I'm cool with it. I love it.
No,
Thank you
no,
so
no.
much.
I'm kind of a bit worried because there's only three of us in here.
I know, but we also have our YouTubes going, remember?
Oh, of course, yeah. So that could be why.
Yeah.
Um,
And if you are in the YouTube chat for either of our channels, guys, it does show up here. So if you want to chat, you're welcome to chat with us.
so apparently 5 viewers have scanned the QR code. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That is
Yeah.
absolutely true.
I appreciate if you're lurking too, by the way.
So, but yeah, we'll turn it off later on. But if it gets bombardments and stuff, but overall, this is the Bish Bash Bash podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the opportunity to hear our thoughts on the PC console news, which is
Mm-hmm.
segment one. Segment two is the main discussion topic, which could be related to anything that could be in relation to maybe with the discussions that we said, maybe not, maybe after. Never know. But then afterwards, it could be well, we normally have the interview with the streamer, but we haven't got it. We haven't got the streamer today. So it's just go straight into the Ask Us Anything part.
It'll just be us. We'll have a little bit longer Ask Us Anything for that.
Absolutely.
Because the news isn't going to be that long. It'll open up for a bigger discussion, which is great. Streamer.xcs crash. Which one?
I just said interview with the streamer, the EXE.
Oh.
So mad, to be fair. But like I said, like I said, guys, it's an opportunity of a lifetime for you guys to enjoy the podcast if you're brand new and yeah, just new to the channel or just enjoying yourselves. To be fair,
Yep.
and yeah, so let's do this. We got let's do this. Sorry, I just feel like just that QRB popular.
I'm
Yeah,
all
that's
for it.
what that's. I don't know if it's eager friendly or maybe EXE will be crashing soon. We
I
never
don't know.
know.
We'll see.
We'll find
Oh,
out.
and we do have Pokemon community game in my Twitch chat. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to come to my Twitch, it's Trance Gamer Girl as well. And you can catch Pokemon in the chat while you're hanging out.
Absolutely. So here we go. Let's go straight to the PC console news that you guys have all been waiting for. Now we've got a fantastic one called PC Gamer. PC Gamer It's
PC gamer, we love
PC
you.
Gamer. We are in O with all your articles, and obviously we need more. We need more of them. To be fair, so Minecraft's archaeology feature is finally getting dug up for 1.20.
Yes.
Mojang had just announced that after being announced 2 years ago, archaeology is finally coming to Minecraft. A new tool, a new type of sand, and many different types of items to dig up will be added to the 1.2 update. This news is confirmed by an announcement post, though it has been hinted at for some time by the developers. Now, in quotes, this is from the article, so this is in quotes. With this feature, players will find a new type of sand, suspicious sand, near desert temples. Mojang says using a newly introduced tool, the brush. Players can brush away the suspicious sand blocks to reveal hidden tools, bones, sniffer eggs. You heard that right, sniffer eggs,
Sniffer
and
eggs, yes.
yeah, and pottery shards. The new pottery shards contain partial patterns, and 4 shards can be put together to make a pot with patterns telling a unique story. That'll be good,
Yes.
actually. The new creature, the sniffer, was voted on in a mob post, and it's a creature that was being brought to Park. The new features will arrive in shop builds and Bedrock beta versions very soon. The developers are planning to announce the new features in part as we lead up to the release date, and have said to keep your eyes on Minecraft.net and our social channels for the remaining features.
Yes, yes.
So
I'm
that,
excited. I really want to see the what they do with the archaeology, because I remember them announcing this, and it's still hasn't happened yet. So don't mind the glare over there, guys. It's just my light. It's just my light being weird. Anyway, but yeah. So it's it's I'm excited about it because it sounds really cool. I think that it'll bring some people back to Minecraft that were waiting for this feature once it is actually announced.
yeah,
Me and my light settings, guys, is going crazy. And people who haven't played in a while might want to check out the archaeology features and all that stuff. So don't mind the puppy, guys. If you're on audio, I have a dog. I cannot block her out from the stream. I cannot close my door because if I do, the air return for the house does not work. So it gets really weird everywhere in the house. So she has free reign, and she will bark whenever she feels the need to bark. That's why my tag says puppy cameos, that and a few other things.
fair dues, fair dues. No worries, Trans. But like I said, I mean, I haven't. Have you played much on Minecraft in the
Not
past?
lately. I had some friends that were playing it, and I was gonna start playing it more with them, but I haven't done it like recently, like in the most in recently. Like it's been a while, but I'm down if I can find people to play with because it's one of the things that I enjoyed playing it solo, but I like playing it more with friends and I like
Yeah,
this building stuff and stuff like that. So I would love to be able to actually make that happen with people, but I don't want to join like a random LAN server. I don't think that's something
yeah,
I want to do. So I feel like I would enjoy to actually like get in it with friends, though. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We were
Reese,
playing Minecraft at one point, weren't we, Milk? A while back.
that was ages ago. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Oh,
Bella, hi
Bella.
Bella. Good to see you
Hello.
today.
Hello.
Minecraft type game you hyperfixate on for a month and then don't touch it for ages. That's very true. But they're introducing this new feature, the archaeology feature that they've talked about for 2 years. So it might bring some more people back who've been waiting on it. We'll see.
But Reese wants a Minecraft server now.
A Bish Bash
BBB.
Bosh Minecraft server, I'm actually okay with that. I would
I
be okay with that.
I did not expect the answer to that one, to be fair,
There
considering we're
would we
doing
would
a
have people in
Discord.
there all times of the day because of everybody's different time zones, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely. To be honest, I did not expect that answer at all because we're trying our hardest to make sure we cover the Discord as well as
Do me
the
a favor,
server.
guys. If I want to ask y'all a question, okay? This is not like related to what we're talking about, real quick, but real quick while I'm thinking about it. If the stream elements timers are bugging you guys, please let me know. I will cut them off and I'll just do them manually. So give me a heads up if they're bothering y'all, and I'll take care of it. I know they pop a lot. I got a lot of timers that go, and we don't have that many people in here usually, so it's usually they pop a lot because the times that go across. So just let me know if they're too much though. They are annoying you. Are they annoying you, Reese? Are they really annoying you, Reese, or are you just saying that?
I think Reese is just saying that. To
I
be
think he
fair,
is too.
I think it is
I
sarcasm.
figured as
Yeah,
much. Okay. Just let
I
me know
knew
if
it.
they are bothering y'all though, like legitimately.
So let's go straight back to the article before we forget again. So Minecraft. I mean, it's last time we played. It was like years ago. I remember,
It's been a while.
I
Yep.
remember Angry Teddy Live did quite a few streams of it with.
Teddy had his own server.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
was
cool.
surprised. I was surprised with that. I don't know if it was free or like you had to pay for it, but the server
No, you
itself.
could join his server for free. He did it for free.
Not. Oh no, I mean like if you create your own server, can you do that for free?
Oh, I think you can do one for yourself. Hi, Luciano. I invested a
Hello.
lot in that server Teddy had going on. I'd like to continue building my stuff, but I can't access it anymore. Yeah, I don't think he's in it much anymore. I don't know what's going on with him. I know he's been busy, but I mean, I don't know what else is happening. So I wish I did. But good to see you, Luciano. Good to see you as well, Bella. Thank you guys so much for being here. All the love. I'm so
I
happy to see
know.
our friends
But
again.
I know
Yay.
the recruitment has come back
I
of
miss
the
our
fantastic.
friends. I miss all of our friends.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I can't wait for it. I think I don't know whether it will bring back everyone.
That's
Uh,
fair, Luciano. I figured he probably would have quit streaming at some point. He's just been
yeah,
too busy. I mean, he was being a mod for the server. It's one of the biggest servers on 5M. So I understand if he got too busy to stream. I get that. It's fair. I mean, that server requires a lot of dedication. I get it.
yeah. Um, I lost what I was going to say. Yeah, sorry. The Minecraft. As you said, I think I don't know whether it will bring back the old people that used to play on it for a month and then come back again. It just depends, but you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't wait for it to be honest. I think it's going to be just interesting to see how it's going to impact the guys that we're using with the Minecraft servers.
I
And
think it sounds very interesting and very fun. Like I think that
yeah,
archaeology update would be so much fun. There's already so much shit you can do on Minecraft anyway. That would just add to it. Like people would play it just to look for all the pieces and to do the collections and all that.
yeah,
And I think that it's gonna add an additional thing to do in Minecraft, which is already a lot to do. But it'll have people coming who don't care to build or any of that stuff. So
fair enough, fair enough. And Luciano says he did it on his Discord server a while ago, so he might come back eventually.
yeah.
Yeah, I think. Sorry, we're going off track again, but
Oh,
I
we're
do
good. We're
think.
good. Back to what we were
Uh,
talking about Minecraft. Sorry.
no, no, it's all right. We went from Minecraft to Angry. I did mention Angry Teddy to be honest, so it's my fault with that. But yeah, I really do hope he comes back one day. Um, but if he says he's quitting streaming, he can't change
No,
his
he's
mind.
just taking some time. It's no worries. That's fine. Sometimes we just need breaks. It's all good. I get it.
Yeah, yeah, that is no problem at all. And like I said, I hope he does. I hope he's okay and stuff, and hopefully he'll come
Mm-hmm.
back as quickly as possible. Um,
Akihime back.
have you got any
Back.
more from the Minecraft side of things, Chance?
No,
No.
that's it, really. Come, baby.
Right.
Come.
The
Come here.
next article, which
Come.
I'm kind of excited and also super excited at the same time. I know you probably think, huh? How does that work? Because an article has come from IGN. If you've got a Nintendo Switch, the online version, if you've
Get
got the
your toy.
membership, if you've got the membership version, they are planning on getting to add Game Boy and Game Boy Advanced games. Yes. Yes, indeed. Because IGN says Nintendo Switch Online adding Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. So on February the 8th, Nintendo announced that they were adding Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games to the Switch Online service at that Nintendo Direct event. Classic Game Boy. Um, Bella says, can they compete with emulation? Um,
Good point.
That's a good, yeah. I was going to say that could be a challenging point, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Classic Game Boy games were added as part of the basic online subscription, while Game Boy Advance games were added as part of the premium expansion pack upgrade. So you never know. So the Game Boy games include Tetris, Super Mario Land 2. So that's the 6 golden coins.
Mm-hmm.
Legend of Zelda's Link's Awakening DX, Gargoyle's Quest, Game and Watch Gallery 3, Alone in the Dark, the new Nightmare, Metroid 2, Return of Shamus, Wario Land 3, Kirby Dreamland. Filters include Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, and Game Boy Color.
Yes.
So that's what I'm looking forward to Tetris. Actually, it feels like decades
Oh
since
yeah,
I
that's gonna be
played
great.
it. I don't care what anyone says. I think that'll be the epic of it all. The launch Game Boy Advance games include Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3. Crystal, how you doing? I became well. WarioWare, including Mega Micro Games. Kuru, Kuru.
Kuruin.
That's the one I was after. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
James.
Kuruin.
Mario Kart
Hi,
Super.
Crystal. Thank you for being here, Thorn.
Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, The Legend of Zelda: The Minish Cap. More games will be coming to both platforms. The event trailer teased the release of Metroid Fusion, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, Fire Emblem,
That'll be cool.
F-Zero, Maximum Velocity, and Golden Sun. The Game Boy Advance games have been added to the collection in Nintendo 64 titles, Sega titles, and Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, which are already on the premium expansion pack subscription.
So
Wow.
here's my take on that. Now, back to Bella's point about can they compete with emulation? Emulation is, I mean,
One
you have
way.
ways of getting it for very cheap. We'll say it that way. There are ways of
Yeah.
getting emulation games for very cheap. This is them adding the titles to an already online subscription that you may be a part of. Now, in my take on that, is that if you're not already a part of the subscription, then this news really doesn't affect you.
That's
because
true. That is
because
absolutely
if you
true.
want to get the games through emulation systems, then you probably would rather do it that way and save money than to pay for either of the expansion packs and or online subscriptions for that matter, and even take your money that way. So,
I think I do agree. I do agree because of the amount of money. I think it's like 40 quid or like
it's
fifty
pretty expensive.
dollars. It's a lot of money, and
Mm-hmm.
I will put my hand up. Yes, I do have it, but it's more to do with I wanted to bring back the old N64 games. That was the
Yeah.
main thing, really. Yes, you could do it different ways, but imagine doing it on a Switch console where you could actually get the actual N64
Oh yeah.
controller version
Oh yeah.
in a Switch like
Mm-hmm.
version. That's what I'm saying. But if you want to save money, do it the cheaper option emulation way, should we say? But if you've got a subscription, this is more beneficial and hopefully it
Yeah.
will benefit to all those old retro um, fans, shall we say, of the
And
games.
I would like to see them putting more of the Game Boy titles on over time. I know they're doing only a certain amount. They did a certain amount on the 8th, and they're going to do more going forward. But they'll probably make it where we're dropping these games and we're dropping this games, and maybe for like a month or something, they may say, okay, these are the new games that are adding to the GB titles and GBA titles. And I'm thinking that's probably how they're going to play this. Since people are excited about the Game Boy games coming to the subscription that are a part of the subscription, and this way they can hype up each time that they drop a new game, a new set of
Yeah,
games. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Crystal, what's up, buddy?
absolutely, absolutely, and I can't wait for it. I cannot wait for it, and I'm quite interested to see if they're going to shrink it to the actual version of the Game Boy Advance, or they're going
I
to try
don't
and
know.
expand it on. Imagine it on like a massive TV. How's that going to work during the
That's a good
screen?
question. That's a very good question. It's gonna be like
So,
huge. You're gonna see
but
every little pixel. It's gonna be great.
You don't need one of those extra magnifying glasses, do you? Like to add on to the Game Boy, and you could just like, oh, you could have to zoom in, should we say, to catch it as well. So it's
I'm
all
catching
good.
Pokemon, guys. Don't mind me.
This is a podcast.
And I'm catching Pokemon while we talk about things. Okay.
Anywho, let's go to the PC Gamer. Another article from PC Gamer. Can you
PC
please, if
Gamer.
you're already there, it's a gaming podcast. Absolutely, Reese.
Totally,
Absolutely.
100%.
Um, yeah. So articles come from PC Gamer. Square Enix developers let slip that yes, a Final Fantasy Tactics remaster is probably on the way. During an interview with the fan site Final Land, if that's how you pronounce it,
Yeah, Final Land. Yeah.
Ikira Hazama, producer of
Ichiro Hazama.
Ichida.
Ichiro Hazama.
Sorry, I'm so sorry to the guys who are.
Yeah.
My pronunciation is absolutely not perfect. I'm so sorry. So I'm so sorry with that. Producers of Threatery, Final Bar.
I think it's supposed to be theater rhythm.
The
That's all together.
that sounds like feel the rhythm, like cool runnings.
Theater. I think it's supposed to be theater, as in like not TER,
Yeah.
but theatra, like y'all spell it TRE, and it's a combination of the word theater and rhythm, so theater rhythm.
Yeah. No, but if you say it quick, it feels like you had cool runnings watching the Cool
Yeah.
Runnings movie.
Yeah.
Like feel the rhythm, feel the rhythm. Like doing that. Yeah, that's fine, Crystal. That's absolutely fine. Theory of them. Final bar line. Let it slip that the tactics team at Square Enix is incredibly busy at the moment. The slip up
Yes.
comes as a second-hand comment about the final bar line, where the interviewer asked if Final Fantasy Tactics characters will be developed into the game. Also, will they come into the game? And Hazama said they would need permission from the development team who owns Tactics, making getting the permission a difficult task. This is from the article in speech marks.
Yes.
So the tactics team is incredibly busy at the moment. They have other things to do, Hazama said. They're heavily involved in another project at the moment, so we just don't have time to talk to them. I think that's probably why more tactics characters haven't been included in Theory of them. We just need time to find out the details. I think that's what is going on at the very least with tactics characters. I'm sure they will put them into the game.
Fujiwara-san. I got you.
Perfect.
Fujiwara-san.
Perfect. See, I did need to. I pretended I'm saying it, but it was
I
chances
got your
first.
back, buddy.
Once tactics, thank you. I love you to bits with that. I know that. That's what the quote said. I know that.
He says Fujiwara-san wants tactics characters. I know that.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying.
Yeah. Not in between what I was about to say. No.
I'm getting a disapproving eyeball from the boyfriend. Apparently, my pronunciation is off. By a lot.
I hope
he just came in the door to give me a disapproving stare. He takes his Japanese very serious. He does.
I said sorry for my behalf. I'm putting my hands
Malcolm
up.
said sorry for his mispronunciations.
So,
you heard mine, you didn't hear yours.
And I don't expect much. He's British.
I know you heard that.
Yeah, I absolutely heard that. But for the guys that are listening to the audio and to the live stream, tough. You won't hear it from anything like that. It was absolutely perfect. So it's all good. The connection is
Do you
just.
want to say it? Do you want to say it?
Oh.
No, he's saying he's not going to say it. He's not going to say it properly. He's going to let me just live in my bad pronunciation.
Oh, I think you're in his bad books.
Oh, no, I hope not. I hope not. He's
the-
making soup tonight. I hope he's not. I hope I'm not in the bad books. I do not want to go without dinner, y'all.
This soup's nice. Have you had yours, Chance? No. Oh,
I
sorry.
didn't get any.
Sorry, I didn't. Yeah, it's like, oh, where's my soup? I've only done it for one because of the
He got mad at
pronunciation.
me. I mispronounced this is Japanese.
Yeah, That's why I don't need to do that anymore. I'm being banned after this. So the connection is just an influence at the moment, and in no way an official announcement. But if the Final Fantasy Tactics team, in quotes, is too busy to give permission to use characters, then it would be reasonable to discern that the current project has something to do with Final Fantasy Tactics.
Discern, but that's
Discern,
okay. It's
but
okay.
it's concern at the same time. It's
It'd be
concern.
reasonable to discern the current project has something to do with Final Fantasy Tactics and maybe the remake that the fans have been asking for years.
Thanks for that.
Wrapped
Perfect.
up with a pretty bow.
Yeah. That's my retirement of the segment one
I'm just
podcast.
gonna, for going forward, if there's any pronunciations that are like foreign words or something, just hand them off to me. I'll take care of it.
Here you go.
Or just look at me and say, "Trance, how do you say this?"
Yeah, yeah.
I'll try. I'll go for it.
Yeah. That's why I'm not gonna get into trouble with anyone else. Wink, wink, as well. I think personally, Final Fantasy Tactics Remaster. That's quite interesting. To be fair, I don't know whether that's gonna
Mhm.
benefit anything in the near
Well, a lot of
future.
fans are big, or I've been waiting for Tactics remaster because other Final Fantasy games have been remade. Final Fantasy VII, of course. And if she can't, I definitely can, says Crystal. But Final Fantasy VII was remade, of course. That was a massive project, and they're remaking other titles as well, probably for Japanese release or maybe US release that I just haven't seen yet. But Tactics it's been 25 years since Tactics was released, so now they're like, where is our Final Fantasy Tactics remake? Because they really, really want it. And I get it. A lot of the fans of the series loved Tactics, and I get that they're excited about it. And it does sound to me that last paragraph of notes was not necessarily my comments, but it was more of a paraphrase of what the editor had written. But it does sound to me as if the Final Fantasy Tactics team, the people who do Final Fantasy Tactics characters, are too busy to get permission right now. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. Like, these are the people that focus on Final Fantasy Tactics.
If you still don't get it, where the hell have you been? We need to get that checked as
Yeah,
well.
like I mean that. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
This episode's gonna be so yeah,
The
yeah,
yeah
yeah.
episode.
And then everyone like, what the hell's this episode? Like,
Well,
yeah.
last week's was what? Whoppers, Big Macs,
No,
Whoppers,
no,
Smokas, and
no,
what?
Whopper Whopper. We were trying to think of
Oh,
the Whopper
yes,
Whopper song. And
Shakespeare Boca.
yeah. I couldn't, that, you know what? I'll just put the Whopper Whopper episode because it's just catchy.
I like Shakespeare Boca though.
Yeah.
You're still addicted to the Whopper song, Reese. That's great. I love it.
That's mad, to be fair.
If you haven't listened to it, look it up, guys. Seriously, it was great.
Yeah, or
It's a
check
hell
out
of a
last
bop.
week's episode. Check out last week's
Well, we didn't.
episode.
You can't hear it on the episode because we're listening to it in our headphones.
Yeah. Well, you
We
know
couldn't
me.
play it.
No. But if you want to see the actions of what we're trying to do as well, it's
Yeah.
just mad. But yeah, I think for the guys who are big Final Fantasy fans, especially Tactics for the remaster, I think that's what's. I think all the games are starting to become trying to turn into remaster modes now, and we're not getting like brand new titles as much as
Well,
we were used to. Do you
here's
know
the
what I mean?
thing, though. Here's the thing with that. A lot of the remasters are including like lost information, lost stuff that wasn't put into the final game. Also, technology has advanced so much now that we have much better engines for them to use. So if they do a remaster for a newer engine, it looks so much better. So, I mean, I understand why there's a lot of remasters being made now because there's a point when technology gets to that it's like, okay, this isn't aging well. It
I
needs to be
understand that.
updated to something more modern that will last a few more years. You know what I'm saying? So technology has advanced so quickly that I can see why they're wanting to remaster a lot of titles. And I'm not just saying that because I'm still holding out for the Legend of Dragoon remaster. That's not why I'm saying that. I'm saying it because I
She
understand
is,
why they're
guys.
doing them. It's
She
not the
is.
only reason. It's
The-
a reason. It's
It's
not my
it's the
only reason.
it's the only reason,
It's
Chance.
not.
I'm trying to
I
get
was
it.
excited about the Final Fantasy VII remake. I just was pissed that they dropped it into 3 different games. I was kind of pissed about that. But I wasn't like upset about it. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome that they're remaking a game that's so iconic like Final Fantasy VII."
Yeah,
And there's just so much technology just moved forward that like it's at the point now where a lot of these games that people loved playing as kids are like you play them now and you're like, what's up with these graphics? They were
yeah,
cutting edge at the time. They thought they would last a lot longer than that, but technology just went so fast. That's the reason why they pretty much they're having to remaster a lot of the iconic titles. Um, and also, I think it has to do partially with nostalgia.
yeah,
We're in the nostalgia generation right now. Kids who didn't even see Final Fantasy VII are getting remakes of it for a new generation. And that's a double-edged sword in itself. Like for one thing on one end, kids are who heard so much about these classic games are getting a chance to experience it in modern graphics and modern styles.
yeah,
But on the other hand, these most of these kids never even saw the original release. So they only heard about it through like, Wikipedia or people who
yeah.
are older family members or something that played it like, "Oh, it's such a great game. You should totally check it out." And and it kind of makes things have to be modernized because this generation is a very progressive technologically generation. I get it. And that's just how life goes, really. So I
I
mean nostalgia and all that other stuff, but I mean yeah, I just think that technology is at the point now where they just have to, okay, we got to update this to a new engine so it's still playable and people still enjoy playing it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't mind them doing the remastered stuff, which is
Mhm.
most common thing. Which is I've got no problem because they did Crash Bandicoot, they did Spyro, they did quite a lot of the remastered stuff. Um, so just it's just insane how the way that they've done with the new way that with the technology itself. But
Mhm.
doesn't that put you off with the that old magic that you had when you was
Not
when you
really. I
like when you
mean,
like when you first played it? That was magical. It was like
yeah.
perfect. It was perfect. It was everything that was perfect. There was
I
no
think I think what would
DLCs or
put me
anything.
off on the magic of the original playthrough is that like they're adding stuff. I'm like, well, it's cool to see these deleted scenes that are made for new modern generation, but why weren't these in the first version? You know what I'm saying? And Thorn
Yeah.
says, Trans, one of the games Whisper mentioned on chat the other day reminded me of old Final Fantasy. Which game was that, Thorn?
Is that
But yeah,
the first one?
I mean, Whisper mentioned it in our group chat.
Yeah.
Luciano says, why don't they just remaster trashy games with good premises? Wouldn't that be wacky and awesome and cool? But the men in suits don't want to take risks. That's a good point. Yeah, you're right, Luciano. They want to remaster titles that are iconic, well loved, that have a generation of people that played them and are looking for it right now. Thorn's looking up that name of that game. He's mentioning it. He's checking it out right now for me.
Okay.
But yeah, you got a good point, Luciano. It's a good point.
But yeah, I
That's a
mean,
really good point.
but like I said, I mean, it's it's great. Don't get me wrong. I've got no problem with that, but it's my concern also is like you're not getting like the new. I mean, we do get new titles now and again,
Hmm.
but it's not as when we first had them on PS1 or like on the Nintendo or anything like that. They were all brand new. There was
Yeah.
no DLCs. There was no add-ons.
There were
It was
some franchises that ran with it, like the Mario franchise and the
yeah,
Pokemon franchise and all of that. They ran with a title that was really popular, and they wanted to keep making and making and making them. Final Fantasy has an ongoing series, but like, I mean, the way I see it, and this is just my take on it, guys. You guys are more than welcome to have a different opinion than me.
okay,
The
okay,
way I see it is that everything is something recycled. That makes
yes,
sense. And I'm not talking about like just the concept of remakes. I'm talking about like even new games. Oh, this is a lot like such and such. It reminds me of playing this back in 2000s or 90s or whatever. Or this TV show reminds me of this show in this time frame. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Everything is something recycled, even if it's a totally new premise, a totally new game.
yeah,
It's something recycled from something who knows when. And some people don't even realize it. Oh, I
No.
have this really cool idea for this game, and then they mention it or whatever, and someone's like, that sounds a lot like such and such.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. That's how I see it. That's just my opinion. So I mean, I get wanting to remaster iconic titles. I get that. I get wanting to update those, and multiple times I've played old games. I'm like, they should really remake this and bring it to modern graphics, modern styles. Um, to make it more enjoyable for the current audience. Even older players like myself still like to see things new and in a new light, if you will.
Yeah.
So whether it's recycled or it's a remake, everything is connected to something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I mean, I understand why if they make new titles, it's still going to sound something like this game that was out 40 years ago or 30
Yeah.
years ago. Um, and it can be a totally new game, but it's going to sound like something way back when because there's such a rich history of video games since the 80s
Yeah.
that sorry, my nose is itching, guys. There's such a rich history of games that you can have a whole new concept and it still sound like something else. Hope they
Yeah.
remaster Persona 3. The port they realized last month was lazy and lackluster. Good point, Luciano. They need to pay attention to those too. If you're going to a port, at least do a good port. You know what I'm saying? And Thorn says that game was called Sanctuary Saga. I'll have to look it up.
Oh, okay. Um, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. A game that I know of that there was a separate disc on PS1. Remember Metal Gear Solid? Remember that one?
Yes. Yes.
So they had the two disc. I think it was two or three disc. But then you had to buy an extra one for the special missions. I don't know if that was after or during the
Yeah.
series. I don't know, but that's the only one that I know of that was like I felt like that was an add-on, like a
Mm-hmm.
DLC moment.
Yeah.
But this one, it's like you didn't have to worry about bugs. The bugs would be there, but it's just
Yeah.
near miraculous, like near Malik perfection, shall we say? There was no
Yeah.
issues, but yes, don't get me wrong. You're never going to get a game that's near like 100% perfect, no bug solution. It will
Yeah.
never work like that. It's always been that way and
Like
that way.
this game that Thorn is talking about, Sanctuary Saga. I just looked it up and
Yeah.
I see the description and it's new. It only released like not too long ago. It was only
Okay.
announced. It hasn't been that long since it's been out, but it does. It sounds a lot like Final Fantasy, and it's like a rogue light Final Fantasy. So I mean, and it's kind of weird because I have a whole like rant on this, but I'm not going to get into it. Um, we as people like to compare and contrast. As
Okay.
humans, we like to do it. We like to
Okay.
organize and categorize.
Yeah.
And so if we can find something that we can say, oh, this sounds like this, or this is similar to this, that's
Yeah.
how our brain likes to place things
Yeah. Yeah.
because our brain likes organization. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think, yeah, I do agree with that because it's just the way that everything works and stuff. But like I said, I mean, I can't. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope this new Final Fantasy game will be perfect,
Mm-hmm.
remastered,
Yep.
and all the other stuff. I hope that, like I said, Luciano, I hope they do get a new Persona 3 remaster. I really do hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's loads of games that I would like to see remastered, but there are
Yeah.
times where you don't want it remastered. I know I'm
Mm-hmm.
old fashioned because it's just how my childhood was remembered. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I love how they remastered to be the new graphics and new way to do it, but then at the same time, it's not the same as such
Yeah.
unless it was remastered to the exact same point. Do you know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? So um, it's just different, to be fair, but it could be
Yeah,
different.
I get that. I just looked at my followers. I just realized, guys, we're only 15 away from 500.
Ooh,
We've been grinding on 500 for so long that I just realized we're only 15 away from it, guys.
is that for the Twitch or is that for
For the
YouTube?
Twitch. For the Twitch.
I'm about
I only
18.
have 50 followers, 55 followers on YouTube. That's nothing.
I've probably got about 10 followers on YouTube, but I've got 182 followers. So I'm looking for
Nice.
18 followers.
For your
to hit-
200 mark, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still need to do the 400 giveaway for the Steam card. What I might do is when I get taxes back, I'll do the 400 giveaway and I'll get a 500 giveaway just to hang on to when we hit 500. I'll have it prepared already. So I'll spend $90, guys, 90 USD on or I'll say let's do a poll. We'll do like a randomization for anybody who wants to get into it, and do a raffle for people who want to enter the raffle. And instead of that, I'll just get the card and I might gift like the game to somebody, but pay with the card or something. We'll figure it out.
I have to wait and see. But
Figure it out. Because
that
I know
was.
that the USD doesn't convert for other people. I know that.
Oh, okay. So that was the PC console news articles.
Yes.
Just a reminder, guys, if you just joined in, you're wondering what the hell's going on, we've got a brand new QR code on the top left of the screen. That
It's
is,
so shiny and new.
it's the new merch. Yes, so someone has scanned the QR code, and there's
Yay!
loads to hit the QR code. So
many people have hit it today. I'm all excited.
I'm surprised that there's quite a lot that have hit the QR code.
Oh yeah.
So basically, guys, that's the link to the merch, and the merch will be if you want to buy something from the Bish Bash Bosh or relate to my stuff, which I had to use my store to put the Bish Bash Bosh podcast.
Yeah, the Bish Bash Bosh channel didn't have its own store. I don't know if we'll rectify that in the future, but for the total moment, for the current moment, then it's setting at the Bish Bash Boshes with his merch. So
Yeah, so yeah,
27 scans. That doesn't mean it's 27 viewers.
Yeah, we wish.
I guess people popping in and say, "Ooh, what's this?" and scanning it real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. But like I said, guys, if it's too much, I'll turn it off. But like I said, the QR code is there. It says viewers for some strange reason. It meant to say clicked or viewed on that
Nice.
one. But if you want to hit the QR, hit that. Well, check it out on the QR code, and you might have an opportunity to buy some of the merch if you want to have a look.
Totally, absolutely.
So let's go and do the main discussion topic, which could be related to any of the discussions that we mentioned about, or it could be
But it's not.
different.
It's not. I'm honestly just telling you guys honestly right now, it's not related. It's about. I mean, sometimes it is.
See, I'm doing my notes. I'll put my notes here. Like, yeah, this is perfect. And what does trans do? It never is. Never is. Okay,
it's
to be
just
fair,
not
it's very rare.
today. Again, it's not
yeah.
today. There's less chances for it to be related than there is for
You
it
watch.
to not be related.
You watch one episode. I'll say this is nothing totally related, and Trans will say yes,
Like,
it is related.
actually, it is related this week.
It's like,
I'm just saying you could just do main discussion topic. You could say it's the main discussion topic, which sometimes is related to what we've been talking about.
I just said may. I did say may or may
but
not.
You always say may or may not be. You always say that. You should say sometimes is related. Occasionally, yeah, that's a better one. That's a better one. I like it.
All right. I do apologise for anyone that's been affected during the streams at any point with my discussion of the main discussion topics. I'll say it again. This is the main discussion topic for segment 2, which could occasionally or may occasionally could have from the discussions.
Occasionally is related to the news.
Occasionally is related, but you never know. I'm not going to say anymore because I'll probably get.
We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it, Mel.
So, yeah, I'll go say as a bit of a warning before I pass it over to Trans.
Oh, I can do that. I can do the disclaimer. Don't worry. Yeah, I got this.
Okay. So I'll let Trans to do the main discussion topic because she's absolutely eager to do this.
Okay, so all right. First off, before I get into this topic, most of you guys who have been followers of this channel know that sometimes we hit on triggering topics. I mean, we've done it in the
Yes.
past. We've talked about quite a few. When is Trent's not eager? Now, well, today I decided I would do it because there's a couple reasons.
Okay.
First, so we usually are really lighthearted with our topics, but sometimes we come across a topic that is big news that I feel personally needs to be discussed. This is one of those topics. If the intent is not to trigger anybody, and most of you guys who are in my channel know that one of my rules is we debate, we don't hate, correct? We agree to disagree. So this topic, if you have a disagreement with someone else, please do not start a flame war. Do not start saying someone is wrong for their opinion. But this topic is going to trigger a few people, and yeah, and so just know that that's possible. So that's my disclaimer. So just keep it in mind. The intent is not to start a fight in our chat. The intent is to discuss the topic as the somewhat mature adults we sometimes are.
Mature, like cheese
And
moments.
to have an open discussion about this, and the floor is about to be opened up for this. So our discussion today, Luciano is right, is about Hogwarts Legacy. So what I pulled is I looked. So the reason why I did this discussion is because I looked up gaming news a couple days ago, and the very, 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 very first 10 news articles was in relation to the release of Hogwarts Legacy and its connection with Rowling and its connection that, will it do well? Can it escape Rowling's discussion? How our people are still boycotting it and all that. So that's the reason why I was like, this is big news. It should be talked about. We need to have a safe place for all of us to discuss our opinions on it. And I figured that was the place, was the Bish Bosh podcast today. So our discussion today is about Rowling and I use the word tarnished history of Harry Potter, which isn't really necessarily the correct word, but it's the best word I could think of at the time.
Yeah.
So the new release, it's all over the news. Everybody who's looked at the gaming cards, you've probably seen it a million times, especially if you're Harry Potter fans. The game Hogwarts Legacy came out, and there's still so much talk about it, argument about it. Twitter's all aflame about it. Streamers are still boycotting it. There are streamers that are playing it on lives, and it's still causing a lot of back and forth. So we're going to talk about some different things about this today, the release of Hogwarts Legacy and Rowling and all that stuff. I was informed that WB tried to take her out of it as much as possible. So that is kind of a good thing in its way. We'll get to that in just a minute, though. First, we want to talk about, how. First off, I want to open the floor to. Do we feel like the way we feel about the game should be connected to how we feel about J.K. Rowling's comments? That's the first thing I want to open the floor to.
Okay.
Like I said, if you're triggered, take a moment, go breathe, have a smoke break, whatever. Just come back, calm the letter. We're going to discuss this calmly and not have an argument in our chat, because neither Malk nor myself want that.
No.
So I will open the floor for you, Malk, to first discuss your take on this.
Oh. And breathe. And breathe. Breathe in. Breathe.
Yes.
Reese did it spot
That's
on.
That's right, Reese. That's right.
Like I said, if you're a Harry Potter fan, without Rowling, forget the word Rowling at all. If you're a big Harry Potter, at least Harry Potter fan, do you know what I mean? It should be just purely for the game, or just purely for the stories that you watched on the movies, and and the stories that you read in the books. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Harry Potter. I meant to say Harry Potter. It's the new version of that's going to come out soon. But the way that Rowling has kind of affected the community of it, I think I can understand from everyone's perspective, especially to the streamers who's absolutely disgusted with the comment. I won't say the comments on here because it is absolutely despicable, disrespectful. I can't believe this is what I mean. The person who wrote Harry Potter is saying all these comments out of the blue. Uh, yeah, that's true, Thorn. That's absolutely true. But yeah, it's just in personality wise, it's not it's not fair. It's not fair for all the streamers who with different personalities, shall we say. And obviously, from that perspective, I think Rowling's comments has just really have been should have kept zipped to keep the legacy going, and she would have had a lot of more comments. But I don't know if you heard about this, Trans, but they did like a 20th anniversary, like from the first film. She did not appeared in the documentary at all, I don't think. But some of the others, the characters who did the characters of the story itself, heard the comments and they were a bit iffy with it. So
Reese, how do you know that? My question is, how do you know that that is a thing?
I honestly,
I'm
that's a
not
pure
looking it
mistake.
up because then I'll get
Um,
like, oh, check this out. I'm like, nope. My DMs?
I'll just
Hang
check.
on, I'm checking my DMs.
I didn't write that Harry Potter. That was just a pure mistake. I said it wrong. No in trance. I'm waiting for that response of, oh my god.
Oh God. Wow. That's yeah. Yeah.
Can I? Is it more
it's
than mature? Is it more
it's
than
very
mature?
mature.
Okay, I did not mean to say that, and I did not even think of it like that. So that is just purely out of context. But I just can't believe that Reese has. Yeah, we are wrong. Sometimes we are wrong. British people are wrong all the time. Not all the time, but sometimes. In this case, I was completely wrong because I did not expect that to happen from Reese's point of
I'll
view.
share it with you in your DM so you can check it out.
Yeah, I'm kind of a bit worried now. But
Just know
basically,
it's
yeah,
it's something. It's NSFW for sure.
uh,
No, Thorn. Look, just look it up. You'll see it yourself.
oh, shit.
I
Okay.
told you. Now Malk's gonna be so red in the face. Oh, you're already turning red, Malk. I can see it.
Can I put a disclaimer that I did not expect that to happen, especially from Reese's point of view, that came up. Um, from now on, I'm saying Harry Potter. Potter. You heard that, right? I did not expect this was going to happen. To be fair, that's
Oh
just
my God.
that's just brought nightmares.
The dark web for you. The dark web.
Yeah,
I know you are, Reese. I know you're dying right now.
I think everyone's just turned
I'm
to
gonna
the
go
dark
back to
side.
Bella's comment real quick because Bella said never had a Potter phase. Is the franchise really that good that people are still diehards? It always seemed rather basic. For me, and I actually had a literature class way back when. Gosh, I think it was during like
Back
the
in the
third book
day,
or something. Yeah,
back in the day.
I think it was during the when the third book or fourth book was released when I was in college, and they were and my teacher. He loved the dark web in my place, and yeah, I know, right? But my teacher had said that she thought that one of the best modern artists, or the modern authors of our time, at the time, was not one of the classics. It was something very modern, and it was J.K. Rowling. And the reason why she said that was because she felt like um, the way Rowling wrote the characters and the way that the world was created and how in depth the world was, and don't mind the puppy, how in depth the world was. She did a really good job on imagery. She did a really good job on character development, and she was really talented at her craft and just making this world for the reader to really just get immersed in and really get down. It is a basic hero's myth story. I'm not saying it's not. It is a very basic hero myth, but when you come down to it, Star Wars is too, kind of. So I mean, and Star Wars has got like diehard fans to this day. You know what I'm saying? Really, totally just
Yeah.
didn't get a fright from Akahime. She's got a deep bark, guys. She'll scare anybody away for sure. But it's just that she was so good at creating the characters and immersing into the world that like her imagery and her descriptions, Akahime, stop, baby, are just that good. So that's why my teacher had thought that. Now, I think, and I was a big Harry Potter fan, regardless of any of the scandals that are attached to it now, any of the issues that are attached to it now. We didn't know about all that stuff back then. I mean, she had her stances, but she kept most of them to herself, and she was riding on the fame of the series and all that stuff. So that's fair. I mean, that's okay that we didn't know it right away, and I think it might have changed the direction of the franchise had they had she been very vocal about her stances on it.
Yeah.
Akahime, you need to calm your butt down. Sorry, puppy. But
It's all right.
so I think it might have changed things. They might have been differently had we known exactly how serious she was about her feelings nowadays, and that we as we do now. But I feel like her story, her world is so imaginative, and so when you read the books, you really just are dropped into that world. It really is, in my opinion, really well done as far as like a creative standpoint. I don't stand for what she stands for, but I mean that's completely beside the point. We're not talking about that. The world itself is very well done. Doesn't matter who would have
Yeah.
done it; it's still a very well done story. And it's very involved. There's a lot of character development. If you reread the series for whatever reason, or you rewatch the shows for whatever reason, movies, then you'll see what I'm talking about. It is the reason why it's such a long-standing franchise and why there's so many fans of it growing up is um because at the way that she wrote it, it really kind of immerses you, and that's just how it is with that. That's why so many people love it. And she was very particular about how she made things happen. It's a lot of the people who are big fans of the Twilight series, and a lot of people are like, I don't want to read Twilight because vampires don't glitter. But a lot of people say, well, there's reasons why, and there's backstory and all that stuff in it. But like Harry Potter, the reason why it took so long is because the foundation world that was built by the author had a really solid foundation, and it just was able to grow from there. That's why it was such a big thing. So see, we got raises hand emphatically. What for, Thorn? Luciano says J.K. Rowling resisting the urge to call the Irish character Potato Famine car bomb. The enslavement of those goblin-like creatures is kind of cringe. Not gonna lie, that is true, Bella. There's a lot of things in there that are not right, but it's also a matter of like, oh, the Star Wars, yeah. There's a lot of good versus evil in it, and in the myth and in the hero's myth there's always good versus evil, but like standing up for the greater good, those type of concepts, and the concept of friendship, and excuse me, being stronger together than you are individually, and standing up for the things that you have to take responsibility for. Those themes are the good themes in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad stuff, but there's also a lot of good in there as well. But yes, that's the reason why it's such an involved series, because it had such a great foundation to start on, because the
Yeah.
world was already built magically and beautifully, and so all it had to do was just kind of grow from there. Slytherin and the Lord also seemed like ethno-fascist. It's totally different to what the fandom has shaped House Slytherin to be. Yes, that's a good point. So yeah, there's a lot of themes that run through the books, but you also know that in Slytherin, the bad wizards that came out of Slytherin, you know, and the ideology of Slytherin is considered to be wrong by a lot of people.
Yeah.
So they're like, this isn't right to sit here and think that you're the elitists in the magic world because you're of pure blood, and because you have a history with these wizards that are some of the best in the world, whether they're bad or good or whatever. So I mean, there's a lot of that too. So there are good themes through it as well. There is a lot of good in Harry Potter. There is. And I love Harry Potter. I always have loved Harry Potter stories. Which is one reason why I'm so sad that well, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that, Malk. I agree with you that, if you love the series, even if we took Rowland's name completely off of the list, if you love the series, and that's something that you grew up with, and that's something that's really special to you and really important to you, then it's okay for it to be okay, and it's okay for it to be good and important to you. It kind of leads me to another question that I had here listed as one of our prompt questions. Separating the creator from the creation. Just because she has these viewpoints and these things that are inherently wrong.
Yeah.
There's no denying that it's inherently wrong. It's hateful speech, it's hateful comments. But it leads me to the question of, should that affect our view on the world she created as well? Or should we separate the work from the creator? Or are they one and the same? That's another thing that I wanted to touch on. Doran goes, yes, yes, yes.
I think personally, it's like I think because of the comments, it's made it so much awkward to those who believed in like with her work, and then also that's my concern. That's why at least half of the streamers around the world don't want to stream it, and then you get comments on. I don't know if you see it on Twitter or any other places that with the
I
social
try to
media.
avoid the Twitter comments about Harry Potter. I don't want
But
to get wrapped up in that argument.
no, no, no. But there was one. There was one that I saw that I was following a streamer, and this person said, if you play Harry Potter, the Legacy, sorry, the Hogwarts Legacy, you will be demoted from like the admin rights or anything like that from her channel, basically, if you was supported it a long time, or a streamer's point of view itself. But I was thinking to myself, I understand that you're angry, but but if but if the person wants to stream, you might see the viewers dropped a lot on your channel to be a lot of hated comments, and then it's just like you just
Yeah.
can't deal with it. Like you're only there. Like imagine a small streamer, like a young streamer coming on, first time streams Hogwarts Legacy, doesn't know the impact of J.K. Rowling, and just streams. That's the impact. That's the problem
Yeah.
with society, with the new generation these days. That just because of that comments that she done, it's just not fair. It's just like you either want to play the game and do the stream. That's your discretion. If you don't take it out on other people.
Yeah.
If you're not happy, then you don't have to stream it because it's your. It's like saying, trans, don't you dare stream Legends of the Lagoon or Dungeons and Dragons anymore because I forbid, because I don't
Yeah.
want, and then I'll take followers off you as well. And it's just like, well, that's what you want to do. That's
Yeah.
if it. How would it feel to you, trans,
Reese.
if how would it feel to you? How would it feel to you, trans, that say Dungeons and Dragons or something like you loved the games that you played on, found out of the impact of what similarity or words of with the
That's an interesting point, because we just reported on the OGL issue I was talking about earlier in the season, right? A
yeah
lot of D&D players stopped playing D&D because of Wizards of the Coast stance on the OGL.
yes
So that's a very interesting point. So it's very similar. And I understand standing up for what you believe. 100%. I'm all behind that. Don't let anybody bend your beliefs. Okay, that's fair. Good. No point. If you feel like she's inherently wrong, which I don't think anybody in this world would argue that she's inherently wrong, that's hate speech. Then, that's fine. That's okay for you to feel that way. But someone else who, loved the world of Harry Potter, but understands, okay, Rowling's not the best person, but the story is still really good. Okay, this brings me to a point. Okay, back when I was in Florida, we used to have the radio playing at the store that I worked at.
Okay.
And one of the songs, what one point we changed up the playlist, and there was Justin Bieber songs on there. I'm not a Bieber fan. I don't like Justin Bieber. I think he makes formulaic music, and I think it's terrible. That's just me. He's also not a good person. So, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's trying to be a better person now, which I give him credit for, but still. But songs would play on Justin Bieber songs, and it was a whole album. Like at the time he had released it,
Yeah.
and it's the one that had "Love Yourself" and all that other stuff. The other songs that were on that album, and I would listen to them, and I was like, okay, all right, if I gotta listen to this for hours at a time at work, I need to come to an understanding here. So I listened to songs, and I was kind of like grooving. I'm like, why am I grooving to a Justin Bieber song? So I stepped back out of the box of it. I said, okay, this song is playing. I'm grooving to the song. If Justin Bieber was not the artist who wrote this song or did this song, say somebody else like Justin Timberlake or whatever, would I still inherently not want to listen to it, or would I like the song because I like the song? And I came to the realization, okay, I like the song. So regardless of who's singing this song, I like the song. So I had to step out of the box and sit here and say, okay, I don't like Bieber, but I'm liking the song, what's going on here. And I had to really analyze it. And I came to the realization that just because I don't like him doesn't mean I don't have to like the song. You know what I'm saying? I can like the
Yeah.
song and not like him. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. The song
Oh
is a
yeah.
good song. It's a cool song. It's got a nice vibe, and I'm all about it. But I would like it better if someone else sang it just because it's Bieber. But I still like the song as a natural point. You get what I'm saying? You see where I'm going
I
with that?
I completely understand. Do you know what I mean? And it's just understandable, to be fair. And I do agree with that. I do agree with some aspects of it. Um, I know on the comment, I keep
We got a
doing
lot of
that.
comments. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to go
so
back
I'm
on those.
I'm just gonna do them quickly. Thorn says
Go for it.
banning people. Thought this is a comment from Thorn. Says banning
Mhm.
people from streaming a particular game like that is bigotry
I think it's just
within
bigotry.
bigotry in itself, which
Yeah,
I do agree.
100%.
Bella, this is the point which I wanted to mention because Bella's just hit the nail on the head. I totally understand that you wouldn't play Hogwarts Legacy. It's your personal choice, and you condemn Rowling. You openly tell people online why, and educate others. But don't go harassing others that do play the game that they might not know the controversies and they might not care. And for Bella's saying, I myself see myself only pirating the game or different ways of getting the game because I don't want to
Getting
give
it in
it.
a different way. We didn't really
Yeah,
want to use that word. We don't want to
yeah,
get you in trouble, Bella.
yeah. Different way because I don't want to give them my money, which is understandable, Bella. I mean, I do, you know, I back you 100% with
Hmm.
that because that's your decision. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, imagine Chance streamed Hogwarts Legacy out of the blue
Yeah.
instead of doing like Dungeons and Dragons.
Hmm.
Would it be the same impact? Will it? And here's another thing, actually. Do you reckon it will die down this year, like coming up to the end of the year? Do you think it's going to keep going until forever, many years?
I think that the hardcore um, antis, I'm going to call them antis because that's what we call them in the BTS army, BTS antis. I'm going to
Yeah,
say that the hardcore antis will still be making noise about it. They'll still be beating their drums and making their comments, and that's okay. That's perfectly
yeah,
fine for them to have that opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't like her, you don't want to play the game, totally okay. You don't have to play the game.
that's
Um,
absolutely fine.
but I feel like the antis will keep making a fuss about it. Depending, it's such a big hot button topic. Just in general, the whole thing around it is a hot button topic. I
Yeah,
think that it may die down, but if someone tries to hit the button again, it might try and spark back up again. Because we're in especially with this current generation that we're in, and a lot of the kids that are coming up in this generation, they're learning that, you know, they're learning a lot of things that, my generation didn't. Well, we might have known it, but we weren't as hard about it. You know what I'm saying? Like accepting others and stuff like that. There's still cliche, there's still cliques, there's still bullying at some point, but it gets a little bit better, or at least don't hear about it as much, because people are like, okay, that's wrong. You don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that a generation is coming up that's saying, okay, this is wrong. Someone shouldn't be talking about these people,
Yeah.
like this, or somebody shouldn't be treating you like that. Somebody shouldn't, treat you differently because you look differently, or because you come from a different background or whatever. And I appreciate that they're coming up with that stance, but I feel like the generation is so passionate about that it's such a hot button topic for them just in general.
Yeah.
Words. Ah.
I'm so sorry. It's just a reaction.
I'm just gonna untie my tongue now, okay?
You do know this is on the bloopers part.
I don't care. I don't care.
Okay.
Somebody can clip that. Feel free. We'll put it on the bloopers reel.
Clip it.
But yeah, so I appreciate that they're standing strong about these and the ideas that, this is the messed up pronunciation episode 100%.
100%, mate. 100%.
What is what? But yeah, so yeah, great. Stand by your beliefs. That's 100% okay. And don't, if you feel like something is inherently bad and you don't want to support it, then that's okay too. But don't condemn others who do want to support it, because, they either one, they may not be familiar with the controversies like you and Bella were talking about, or two, they may be like, okay, she's a bad person, but she made a beautiful creation, and I'm going to enjoy her creation, because going forward, they're trying to keep her as much out of it as possible. Which leads me to another question.
Okay.
I have not played the game, but if anybody here has, or knows anybody who has, Warner Brothers said that they tried to take as much of Rowling's influence out of the game as possible. Do we think they succeeded from trailers or anybody that we know that plays the game? If anybody is familiar with the game, please tell me, because I have not played it. I would probably have to play the game and get the trailer information and see what influence they took out of it to be able to answer that question for myself. That's just me.
I will answer that for you. I haven't played it, that part, but I know a few mates have played it. They were planning on getting it anyway, regardless. It's more to do with the fact that they just love Hogwarts. They just love there's an actual story RPG type mode. Do you know what I mean? I think they were just excited that they want to see an open world Hogwarts out of nowhere. That's all they wanted. And I know some people said that they love the game. Some people say that because of the comments, it's different. But the people who I know who's definitely got the game said they absolutely love it, and it was nothing related to like what Rowling has impacted the damage that she's done.
Aside from just using the world.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
But that's just the world. Like, it's an open world. You can do whatever you want to do. But I think that from what I've heard is I think you have to do like a story like to start off with, and then you get chosen to pick chosen by the hat. Like which house that you'll be in. I think I can't remember which one was the most popular, but Hufflepuff was like the worst, or like
I
the
did
lowest.
my Pottermore quiz and my house changed, unfortunately. I'm so bummed.
You're in trouble.
I mean, I'm happy where I'm at, but I'm sad that it changed from what it was.
Oh no.
So sad.
I know.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. I'll talk about my Pottermore in a minute.
What's that?
We'll get to it, Reese. Don't worry. Going back real quick, Thorne was saying acceptance. Yes, you're right. Good point. Luciano says this generation is so passionate because they are one of the first that can openly express themselves, and even then they constantly get hate online and in real life. For them, this is a personal issue, and some people on the side that don't mind the game are so toxic and antagonistic against these folks just for the sake of it. That's a good point. There are toxic people on both ends of the spectrum. I agree with that. Most people fall in the center where it's like, okay, yeah, Rowling is a bad person. but the game is really like the story is really good, and I love the story and the world that she created. We take her out of the equation, and there's no problems. and then other people are like, okay, the story is okay, but we don't fully agree with Rowling's comments. We're not gonna support the game, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine too. There are people on the far ends of the spectrum, both sides, that are hardcore. Why are you telling us that we can't play this game? You're a terrible person. And on the other side, saying, why are you playing this game? You're a terrible person supporting J.K. Rowling's beliefs. So it's that's like even here in the U.S. with our 2-party system, which is ridiculous. You get your extremist on the left, you get your extremist on the right. Okay, that's a given. That's going to happen. But most people don't go on the extreme side. Most people stay somewhere near the middle, maybe lean a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. It just depends. But most people are reasonable enough to say, okay, I agree with this part, but I also kind of agree with this. So, but there are extremists that are like conservative, and there are extremists that are like liberal, 100%. And like it is what it is. Whenever you have such a hot button discussion, okay, a very, very important, thing, especially in today's world.
Yeah,
there's going to be people who are going to be extreme on both sides. It's
I
to be expected.
I understand. I'm not doubting
Harry
it.
Potter, their religion, says Thorn.
Yeah,
It can be. It can be. I mean, it's a good point. And Reese says, so both ends need to get their shit sorted.
absolutely.
Sort your shit out.
Damn it! I knew something I forgot to do on that merch.
You did.
Yeah.
We need the sort your shit out shirt. I want it.
If you want to get some merch, hit that QR code. I will add some more to it. Might add some more t-shirts.
I'm rallying for him to do a sort your shit out shirt.
I don't know how you wanted to do it. Do you want to do it just the text, or do you want it with the just words? Is it just an image?
I don't know. Like, I think it should be like slanted. I don't know where we should put it though, or have it on a pocket or something like that.
On a pocket.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah.
No.
Sort your shit out on the pocket, and on the back have the Bish Bash Bosh logo.
No. It just means I'm just clearing out. Like there's so much shit
Long sleeve with it on the sleeve, says Reese. That's the plan right there. Reese says he's going broke if we do that. My face is slanted? How's my face slanted? I don't know. I don't think my face is slanted.
But yeah, if you want to get the merch, hit that
QR
code, and it'll be fantastic. We've already hit probably about 28 viewers already with the QR code, which is hitting 101 already clicked, apparently, on my side anyway.
Thorn says, great, one more thing you can't talk about in the workplace. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
That's true.
An argument if you were talking about Harry Potter in the workplace. It's okay. We do this. We don't get paid to do this, guys. We do it because we love doing it. So it's okay to talk about it here.
Yeah, we're sorting our shit out as well. So and we're talking throughout the podcast of all the. We haven't talked about Activision and Microsoft.
Calm your butt down.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
She's throwing a hissy fit, guys. Don't mind her. She's upset because Daddy and her uncle have been going back and forth and all around the house, in and out the door, and they're not taking her with them. That's what she's upset about. She'll be fine. She'll get over it.
Yeah. Reese says, "Yeah, you have sorted your shit out for once. For once, how dare you? How dare you?"
Hey,
Reese?
Take it as a compliment, man.
I know, but not once.
Mount does sort his shit out pretty well. He adults pretty well. I give him credit for that.
For once. For once, for me. With that. But like I said, it's more to do with the fact that I do agree with the heated debates of this. I mean, it's just, yeah, I do agree with that, Reese. 5 times if I'm lucky. But yeah, I mean, if you want to play the game, play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just play it just for the fun of it or the look of it. If you like it, fair enough. I'm not like some people may judge you, some people may not. Basically, tough shit. It's your game, your life. You do whatever you want to do.
There is one more thing I would like for us to discuss before we move off of this topic.
Okay,
One more thing. I'm okay with having a bit of a longer discussion topic. I'm okay with that.
that's fine.
So we kind of touched on another discussion I had. Does Rowling's comments affect how I see the new Hogwarts Legacy? And we all pretty much said, depends on the person. If you love it, don't let it get to you. If you don't, then okay, that's fine. The last thing I wanted to touch about, and this was something that was brought to my attention in another chat of another streamer that I was hanging out in. We were talking about the game, and it just kind of came up in conversation, and people were saying, "Oh, I can't support it because blah blah blah." Well, they gave us a link to a Reddit thread, and the Reddit, it said my discussion is that the Reddit threads, there are Reddit threads that talk about all the reinforced hateful stereotypes. Do we
Okay.
agree with this? Do we feel like they are reinforced hateful stereotypes? Do we feel like the discussions, like the things that she stood for, were kind of hidden in the story? That's the type of thing I'm talking about.
Um. So it's like, sorry, sorry to because of my understanding and stuff. This is just like another group with the same people that just hate Rowley, or just in
No,
general.
there's a Reddit thread that says all the hate, and it's the pro don't play this game, don't support Rowling, but it's a link that shows hateful stereotypes that were put out in the stories.
Yeah.
That there are Reddit threads that have like this. They're like, okay, this was in the book, and this is a hate speech. This is a thing. This is in the book, and this is a thing, and all that stuff. So they talk about it. It's a pro anti, but it's not like, oh, look what we found, don't support her. It's like, okay, well, these are the things that are in the books that, oh, Bella says, I agree with them. I didn't see the thread, but I've seen multiple videos discussing it, and it's pretty obvious. So that's a good point. Yes. Reese goes,
Mm,
M.
yeah. So yeah, that's. I mean,
We talked about Slytherin. That was one that we discussed, like the pure blood witches and wizards and Slytherin. That's one thing.
yeah,
The segregation of the different I guess I don't like using this word, but I guess races is the best way to put it in the stories, such
yeah,
as the goblins enslavement, and things of that nature. So this was before the Hogwarts Legacy debacle, so it was from a more neutral standpoint. So yes, it's like, okay, these things are in the books. These are hateful, discussions, just to let you know these are hateful things. So more of an informant thing. But yeah,
right.
so
Okay.
I haven't seen. Let me see if I can share you the thread, because I think I still have it in chat somewhere.
I
Give me
will be
one
honest. I've
second.
not seen the thread, so I can't really comment on it unless Trans is sending me that now. Um, but
I'll try
but
at least if I can find it. I think it was in his account, his community. Hang on.
yeah, that's no worries. Well, Trans has just decided to look for that thread itself. I mean, personally, as what Crystal says, if it's your game, just play it. That's just it's the right way to say it. If you don't care about the hatred and all the shit that's going on
Here's the
from
link.
Rowling's point of view, it's
And
just
it isn't a Reddit thread that is anti Rowling, but this is not just. It's more. There's multiple things.
okay.
But
I won't read all of it because it's part of a thread. But basically, there's about 12 points. Well, originally it was 10, and then someone's added two more to that. But quickly reading it, I'm quite shocked. To be fair, like I think the right word to say is racist type
yeah,
stuff. Um, yeah, it's it's counter attacking, isn't it? It's just like
yeah,
why
and my
it's
only
hard.
point is like looking at it from an outside standpoint, whether we no, whether we're on anti side or the
Yeah.
pro side, looking at an outside standpoint, how do we feel about these? I mean, there are some that I can see, but there's also that thing where, if people are looking for something, they'll find it, right? Conspiracy
Right.
theorists.
Yeah.
But there, like, if you're looking for something, you're gonna find reasons for it. And you can chalk it up to whatever you want to chalk it up to. But if it's in your mindset, okay, this is not right because this is definite, it's because you're looking for it to be definitive.
Yeah. But
That's a
this.
good point, Luciano.
Oh,
And
sorry.
so Thorne says those hateful things are mechanics of fantasy storytelling. Luciano says writing them off as storytelling mechanics would be fine if the person who wrote them wasn't Rowling. That's a good point. That's 100% a good point. 100% good point stance on there, Luciano. I understand where you're coming from.
I saw one comment.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, there's two different versions of the books:
Mm-hmm.
the US version and the UK version
There are, yeah.
on a particular character, which I won't
Mm-hmm.
say because I don't want to kick off the racist comments or anything. But apparently, this character is different on the two books,
Mm-hmm.
and it was one of them on one of the points. But this is what I mean. It's like, why go through all that trouble just to say, don't read the books, or do that, do that. Yeah, yeah, Bella, I
Good
do
point.
agree.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's like you try and bring equality and try and be normal, but then it's a fantasy, right? Like fantasy world that's different. It's just a different story. I understand with the aspects of, oh, that's racist, or that's too much info. I mean, bloody hell,
But okay,
that's
so
what's
there's a
annoying.
point on there about the Asian point. That's a and most of the people who know me, like, I love everybody. I don't care where you're from. I like learning about where you're from. I'm studying Korean, for goodness sakes. Um but um but there's a point where it's talking about, how, she was Asian, she was small, she was light, slender, she was focused on her studies. I am studying Korean, you're right, I am 100% Reese. I have notes to prove it.
Yeah,
But yeah. But and yeah, that's a stereotype, it is. But you also have to understand, and this is coming from a point where this is a counterpoint, where it's saying, in and BTS has hit on this in many, many songs that they've talked about, there is a lot of pressure on young kids in Korea, Japan, and other Asian countries to be extremely successful. That's why that's why um there's a lot of problems over there. Like, the suicide rates are really high because the kids feel like the pressure is too much.
yeah,
That's why the stereotype of Asians being good at school or focused on their studies is a stereotype, because they have to be, because the pressure is put on them to be.
yeah.
If you're going to do something in Asian culture, you need to do the best that you fucking can.
Oh yeah,
And you need to put every effort that you need to put into to be the best at what you do. And that's just how a lot of the older generations put the pressure on the kids.
yeah,
And BTS has talked about this. They have a whole song called NO or No, which is talking about the pressure that kids go through and how we need to make a change because it's putting too much emphasis on the youth of today to be these people that the older generations think they should be. And it's so much pressure, it's hurting the kids. And I agree with that. So that's why that stereotype is there. They're like, oh, you're Asian, you're good at everything. No, it's because their generations older than them are saying you have to be good at everything because you need a good job. Because you need a good job, you need to go to school. You need to study really hard. Because you need to study really hard, you need to go to college so you can be the best at your job. So, and that's why that stereotype exists. It's not because it's real or not real. It's because of the pressures that are put on the kids in that culture in those cultures. I'm going to say multiple cultures because there's multiple countries to be good at shit.
Yeah.
So,
I do agree. It's I think it's just the different ways that we're seeing on the like from our generations, like the old generations, we know that it's strict and stuff. But then
I
as the years
honestly,
go by,
I honestly don't think that kids growing up in other generations can fully understand unless they're immersed in that culture. I don't
yeah,
think they can. They like, oh, it's a stereotype. It's not. Stereotypes are bad. Yes, stereotypes are bad. I'm 100% with you on that. But the stereotype exists because of the pressure that's put on children. You know, why do you think the big technological companies are in Japan, Korea, China? Because technology is the future. You've got to study. You've got to go to school, focus on your lessons, get a good job doing technology because that's going to secure you a good job or a government job. And you have to do this and you have to do this so you can get to that job. And that's how they see it.
yeah, bad pressure. I do agree, Reese. Bad pressure on
100%.
everything, but that's the problem. Though, unless we change society, it's just never going to happen until we get something sorted. Then, well,
So some of the
sort,
other comments before we carry on, the
yeah,
world is gross and beautiful and gritty and devastating. It's up to the characters in the story to overcome things. It's a good point. That's why it's the hero's myth, because you have to overcome adversity. Reese, yes, I am studying Korean. Mind blown, apparently. Season 5 Trance speaks Korean for an episode. I would love to do that if I was fluent enough, but I don't think anybody would fully understand except people who speak Korean.
I would have I would have to do I would have to do the subtitles for like I do not know what Trance is saying.
I can say
So
some phrases already. What a hyper and Bella goes, what a hyper capitalist economy does to a motherfucker. That's very true.
Reese, let's just get subtitles. I'll try my best, mate, but I can't guarantee if that will work live.
We would need somebody to translate real life.
Yeah,
We all need to be more like Ireland.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I can't believe the Harry Potter, not other Harry version that we discussed earlier on, but the new, the Harry Potter version. It's different now, and we didn't want it to kick off with bad debates or anything like that. But
No. And everyone,
it's she's
I
tarnished.
appreciate I appreciate everyone for being very respectful on your comments and making sure that everybody's voices are heard. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's the essence of what our communities are about. So,
Absolutely. And Bella has said SK has serious social issues. It has stayed in the past while the country's economy has progressed too fast for the systems to adapt.
and Bella,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying is 100% correct, right? You know that the information I'm given is not misinformation. This is truth. So, but yes, SK does have serious societal issues, and it's a very socially conscious society, and placement is everything. Placement in life is everything.
Placement in life, absolutely.
And I'm not just saying like, if and I believe if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong for anybody who knows better. If I'm not mistaken, then I believe that when you're born into a certain social economic status, you're expected to stay in that social economic status. But you're supposed to do the best that you can in that social economic status.
Yeah.
If I'm mistaken, please correct me. I would like to make sure I'm right on that. But that's why there's a couple songs. I know RM did one with Wale where he's talking about, he goes, since I was a little one, wasn't supposed to get much status. Now they got their hands up for me like a stick up. So, yeah, coming
Yeah.
out of a low class family, you're not expected to get a lot of social status.
Well, yeah,
That's where you're born into.
that's true. Where we was born, there was no social media. There was nothing at all. There was no internet at
Thank you for
all.
confirming that, Bella.
But it's a Korean Cascade Stadium, system from the medieval times in the modern country.
Korean cast, yep.
Korean cast, sorry. But this is what could go wrong. And Crystal says, so basically, thank you all for being intelligent humans. Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
100%. Thank you so much, guys. I love it.
I do. We all do appreciate the
100%.
right and wrongs and stuff, but
Yeah,
everyone has
we
their
can
own
all.
opinion.
Yeah,
Everyone has
we
their
can have
own
a different
opinion.
opinion. It's okay. We can agree to disagree. I'm cool with it. Reese, however we call being intelligent. You're intelligent, Reese.
Not with hydrates. That's all I'm saying. To be fair. Um, I think. Are you okay with that? Pretty much of
Yeah,
the
if you have
analysis?
any more final comments, I mean, my take is just, my stance is the same as it's always been, separating art from the artist. And, if you love the story and you love the world and you love the good things about the world, then you don't have to like the person who wrote it to enjoy
No,
the world. You know what I'm
no.
saying?
My final comments would be probably said what you said pretty much, but
Yeah.
in my version, it's like if you got the game, that's your discretion. That's your
Yeah,
decision.
totally.
Don't care what anyone else says. Tough shit, to be fair, because it, yeah, Rowling has tarnished her what do you call it, her status of the
Reputation, something like
reputation.
that.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
I could get
One
the
of those
word.
words.
Yeah, I could get the words right. To be fair, but it's the reputation of her work. But at the same time, it's it's more like just want everyone just to enjoy the game. That's all it is. It's not Warner Bros.'s fault that they decide,
Mm-hmm.
oh, let's do a Hogwarts Legacy and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we did a story like beforehand where the pre-orders of the Hogwarts Legacy was cut off by a majority of the people because of the impact of what happened with obviously with Rowling's comments, but
Yeah.
that's what I mean. It's just like it's different. It's just annoying at the same time. It's
I
just
don't think
like,
we did either. I'm with Thor on this. I don't think we did either.
but yeah, it's just. So it was. Yeah, that's fair enough, mate. That's absolutely fine. Uh, Bellasis, I wish
Oh,
they
that was
had.
Reese. That was
Oh,
Reese.
oh, okay. Bellasis, I wish they had a wizard class that went against the system of Hogwarts and fought for equality among all races.
Very true.
That would be.
That would be epic.
But then, it's not in their discretion, is it? That just can't
No.
be asked. To be fair. Um, but yeah, that like I said, guys, thank you so much for the debate of the Hogwarts Legacy
We love you guys.
impact. We love you to death with that. Because there's
Most
no
people, most people would be afraid to touch this topic, but we knew we had a good community behind us, so we appreciate y'all support.
thank fuck for that. Sorry, thank God for
Yeah.
that. To be fair, otherwise, could have been sort your shit out moments every single comment along the way. Uh,
Shut
yeah,
up, Reese. I didn't threaten you with the damn knife. What the hell? That's not
unbelievable.
going away. It's not going away. I know it's not, but I didn't do it.
That's what she said. That's what she said. Right. So I didn't say here.
You know
Uh,
better. Bella.
threaten, threaten people with pipe bombs in the mailbox instead.
You could just do like it. Oh no, I would say you could like pull a prank and say something. Someone has one in their mailbox.
Don't.
But
don't,
let's not do that
don't,
because that's
don't.
like a really really scary moment. I would
Yeah.
not want to give somebody a heart attack over that.
Uh, yeah. But yeah, you never know what's going to happen at this stage. But yeah. So that was the main discussion topic. Thank you for Trans
Yeah,
for picking that out. I think that was a good one, to be honest.
that was good.
Obviously, there's no streamer, so there'll be no questions. We've already done between ourselves the interviews.
We've already
Oh,
interviewed each other, and we
we've
can do the
already.
returning stream questions if you want to.
We'll do that next time. We'll do that next time because we did not expect this to happen anyway. 'Cause we was expecting a stream
We
to
thought
come in.
we'd have somebody, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
We didn't
So
talk about this beforehand, guys. This is on me. I've been focused on trying to get past last week's craziness that I had. So
Yeah.
I've been trying to have a down week here.
Yeah, weak at all. Bella says, Mark, what's going to happen to Man City? So, this is the soccer terms in Trance's American version, but football in UK version. Now you're wondering what the hell is going on. I know this is outside of the gaming podcast. It's stuff. It
It's
is
to
to do.
ask us anything.
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of outside of it. But it's a sports question. So, um, if you're not sure how it happened, basically since 2009, Man City have been basically trying to outpay a lot of money and basically kind of cheating their way to get the titles itself, shall we say. So, if, well, I know that they've been punished as well, but I think from what I've been told, there was some rumours saying that they could be kicked out of the league, the Premier League. Premier League is like the top league, the division of the English leagues, and then you got the Football League, which is like divisions 1, 2, and 3, or the Championship One, League Two, and then underneath it's like the Conference, which is like the non-league side. Man City, who were like out of nowhere, like they were like down to like League One at one point back in the late 90s because they were bad. Where they were in the Premier League, they've just dropped down a few divisions and then they've got themselves back up again. But then since 2009, when they had the new owner, it's just like bypassing all the because they've set the financial fair play, so you have to spend a certain amount, and if you go over it over a certain amount after 3 years, you get penalised. But the problem is they had 100 breaches. I was just about to say, Luciano, they had over 100 breaches of financial fair play since 2009. So basically,
Oh my god, over 100! Wow.
yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah. So basically, all the teams that were second place who lost out the title could get those titles. Yeah, oil money lawyers are strong there. That absolutely, Luciano, absolutely. Um, I'm quite in, I'm I'm I- I'm in two minds here. It's like the realistic what they're going to try and do is they're just going to fine them. They're not going to actually going to punish them, which is not fair. But that's what the league do because of the powers of be. They want to try and keep the big teams happy, should we say? So they'll probably just fine them and just get away with it, like they've always have been for the last 20 odd years and stuff. But personally, if they went to League Two or the Conference, I think, well, I remember Juventus, Italian team, sorry, sorry. Juventus who were match fixing.
You're good, bro. This is
No,
your topic of knowledge, not mine. So
sorry.
go for
I
it.
just thought I'm trying to get you involved so you understand, like, try to explain to
I'm
you
listening and muting my mic, so there's not a lot of background noise from what you're saying. So don't worry, you're good. I'm
that's
listening.
it's good. So basically, Juventus had a match fixing scandal. I think it was with AC Milan back in mid 2000s or 2005, I think it was, and then they had to go themselves down, demoted to Serie B, I think it was, or Division, like the football league, shall we say. They got themselves back up after the match fixing scandal, and then they had another penalised with match fixing, or I think it was sort of bits this season when they lost 15 points. But then also, it's just like you just can't get away with it. I remembered Rangers in the Rangers Scottish team. I can't believe Crystal. I can't believe Crystal. To be fair,
I know why. I know why Thorne's saying that though. It's not why you think.
oh, okay,
It's because I used to work in an adult store. That's why.
oh, okay, fair enough.
And it's
Fair
not
enough.
my area of expertise. First off, we're not even going to answer that question because it's not even my area of expertise. No,
Fair
he's
enough.
fine. He's fine.
But yeah, personally, I think if they don't penalise after all that if if you don't penalise them after all that 100 financial fair play, everyone else needs to do the same to make it equal. You either do that or just don't do it. Just demote them. I would demote them down to League Two. I know I'm being harsh, but it's not fair. It's not fair for all the teams that were there as such. Yes, they are a good team, but it's it's the people that were like outright ridiculous, should we say? So I think League Two, but then they said the Football League they were just not happy with it. They don't want them in, but then they will. They probably will because they need the money. They need the money. So imagine them in non-league. A lot of the players will go unless they are loyal and stay until they go back up to the top. Yeah, Wrexham and Man City in the same league. That'll be mad. To be fair, that'll be absolutely mad. But it'll be like non-league teams against the Premier League, like an ex-Premier League side. But we'll find out sooner or later. If they don't get demoted, then there's something wrong with our football league system, shall we say? So it's just not fair.
Reese, I did work at an adult store, yes, and I do not N-O-T with the
What's that?
capital N, capital O, capital T have an OnlyFans account.
Could you repeat that again,
That's
please?
a lie.
Could you repeat that again, please?
Our test turned that was a lie.
Reese says, Trads, who timed me out?
Wasn't me, if that's what you're asking.
I
Sure as
don't
hell
know what's
wasn't me.
happening.
No, I do not have an OnlyFans account. Capital N, capital O, capital T. Do
Not.
Do not. One not two.
It's just, Crystal's question to you outside of the adult store question. Should I put that on here or not?
Which one?
This one.
Oh, yeah, I already answered that. That's not my
Okay.
area of expertise at all. Not in the slightest, bro.
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry,
I have areas of expertise, but that is not one of them.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a proper question, but
I would love a piece of cheese. Depends on the
Trans,
cheese.
I like how Trans answered the question before I even asked the question.
Would you be fascinated if someone were to offer you a piece of cheese for our audio listeners?
Depends on which cheese, though. There's different types of cheese.
Agreed. It depends on the cheese. If it's Gouda, I'm down for it. If it's Monterey, I'm good for it. And even good with cheddar, like even sharp cheddar, I'm okay with that.
Sharp.
There are some. Yeah, I like sharp cheddar.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I like sharp cheddar.
Sort your shit out, cheddar.
I love sharp cheddar.
That'll be it.
But I only like it in like small. I only like it in small doses. Like I can't have a lot of the sharpness, but I like it in small amounts. Like when you get the shredded sharp cheddar, I'm okay with that. It's like light enough that it gives a nice little tang to your meal, and I'm all about it. Yeah. Or like a bite of sharp cheddar, I'm okay with that too. I love Monterey Jack. I love Colby. Those are two of my favorites.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Thorn. I don't like everything that's sharp. I mean, I do have knives. Actually, wait a minute. I gotta rephrase that because I do like knives. I do like swords. I like daggers. Okay, we're starting to get really, really, really weird.
I am kind of concerned with this now because
I love swords and daggers. I love them. They're beautiful.
I would reiterate what you're saying now quickly. Now.
I also like bows and arrows. Like bows.
Come on.
And arrows.
I expect more to appear. Expertise.
Well, this is one of my knives. And then I've got the one that Reese keeps saying I threatened him with, and I know I didn't do it. Well, I mean, it wasn't a threat. It was talking to him, and I just happened to have the knife in hand. It wasn't a threat. I don't have it here. It's
Luciana says, "Oi, you have a license for that knife."
You don't have to have a license if it's less than. You don't have to like get a actual permit for it if it's less than 4 inches or the length of your palm. Believe it or not.
really?
Mm-hmm. This one. So
Fair enough. Oh, I love how
I
you did
do,
that.
however,
I-
I do, however, have a permit. Well, not. I don't have a permit. I have a gun in my name. So for protection purposes only.
I like how you just moved the knife slightly down, just so that
I
it's
didn't.
just it.
No, I moved it down so you can see the base of the
Yeah.
point from the base to point. The
Yeah.
blade itself is less
No,
than
no.
4
I was
inches.
trying to get your
That's 4
reaction. I was trying to get your reaction just to see
You need
what.
a license for your kitchen knife. I don't like knives of any size.
That's what she said.
I
as
did
well.
not point it directly at the camera. I showed it to you the length of the knife against my hand in reference so that you knew that it was a legal knife. And here
Wow.
in Tennessee, we actually have constitutional carry now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we can carry defense weapons. Well, I was afraid to say it. We can carry guns on our person constitutionally. Now, if you want to do
Okay.
like a hidden carry, then you have to get a permit for that.
Really?
But like open carry, you can do constitutional. Yeah,
Fair
100%.
enough. Fair enough. Enough of
That's
the
not
knives.
true. Okay, that's enough with the knives. I know where you're going with this, Thorn. Stop it. Stop it now, buddy.
We do apologise for any technical difficulties, guys. We'll be back with you in a few moments' time on this.
So Luciano says top secret Gouda is pronounced Gouda with the harsh G.
Yeah. Just talking about knives.
Uh-huh. Sure. There we are.
Luciana.
You're also saying I have an OnlyFans, which I do not have. I'm piggybacking off your comments about the OnlyFans. Okay, that's where I'm coming from. All right, just saying.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you sure?
I'm
I could tell trance is about to kick off in a minute, guys. We'll try our very best. So Risa says, how's those essays? What essays? Those essays are completely gone, mate,
They weren't good, so he shredded them all.
Yeah. So tough shit. That's my shit
Sorry.
sorted. So,
Oh, I forgot. I missed Bergmite. Doran says those two comments are not related. Mm-hmm. Sure they're not. Sure they're not. I bet they are. I bet they are. You're just saying that it's not.
Yeah. You never know. I'm trying to think of some other questions.
Reese asked if I was okay. I'm fine.
Yeah. Oh,
Reese.
that's
I'm
why
good,
I asked
bro.
you at the same time.
Yeah.
Luciana says, "What's a company secret you could share now that you don't work there?"
Which company? Guess a lot of them.
Well,
oh, Thorn, you are always welcome in my chat, buddy.
I'm still working at the same company. Should we say? Still working
I've
at the
got
same
quite
work.
a few companies that I work, but I'm trying to think of like secrets.
But okay,
I got one, and I think
Okay.
Thorn can corroborate this. So I used to work at a pizza place, and we had to sign do not disclose agreements for new items that came out. So if a new item is coming out on the menu, you can almost be sure that the crew already knows about it months in advance.
Okay.
But they aren't able to tell you about it. Yeah.
But they did tell you about it.
No, they said, okay, we've got these new products coming out. We want to check them out, and they'll bring it in for the crew to test out first. They're like, okay, we're gonna cook this for you. This is how it's made. This blah 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 blah, and they make you sign a do not disclose agreement. Oh, hi, Charles Dickens. What's up?
Hello?
I'm not gonna go for the rest of that though. We are having a gaming podcast, dude. So welcome to the chat. You're more than happy to be here. All the love to you. No, I'm just saying that you can. The secret is that you can guarantee that the crew already knew about it. You can guarantee that they already knew about it. They sign you. They make you sign a do not disclose agreement like months in advance.
Yeah.
Before even even before it's even like announced to the public coming soon. We knew about new products like 2 or 3 months before they were even released.
Oh, really?
And we got to try them.
And oh,
But Charles, we're just chatting right now. We're in our Ask Us Anything segment. We usually have 4 segments. Today we only had 3. We had a PC news and console news. We had discussion topic, which we just finished not too long ago, and we're in our Ask Us Anything chat. Of course, it's in within reason, obviously, but you're welcome to ask us. We are pretty open about most anything, and you are welcome to hang out, chill, lurk, whatever. I know you're coming in from
absolutely.
YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you.
Yeah. I think Bella has asked the question: craziest dream you can still recall?
Oof. I can tell you guys, but it's gonna sound really, really weird because, like, I don't even think. Well, no, it's not the craziest dream. I've had crazier. But the most recent one that I can recall that was really weird was like one that had to do with BTS. But it's very strange because, like, I don't even, the way that the dream was conveyed to me in my brain, I don't even see them like that. So it's not dirty. It's just like it was something.
No,
It had
no.
to do with, like, okay, what it was is I was hanging out with the boys, chilling and getting to know them, and we were hanging out, we were friends or whatever, and I had this little rom-com thing going on in my head that a couple of the guys, like, were interested, and it was a dream of me being younger too, which is even weirder. I was younger, they were the same age as they currently are. So I don't know. It was so weird. And that, like, they were, a couple of them were into me and were talking to me, and it was just very weird. But I don't even see them like that. So it was like the strangest unconscious experience I've ever had in my life. I woke up, I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? Like,
That's mad.
in my head, I'm like, why did I dream about that? And I really thought about it. So I'm like, do I have, like, subconscious, like, attractions to them? What the hell? And I was thinking to myself, no, they're young enough to, some of them are young enough to be almost my kids. It's not like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, I woke up and I was like, that was the weirdest shit I've ever been through. Seriously. About, do you have a crazy dream? It's probably way crazier than mine.
I don't know.
Oh, I think you're frozen. You're unfrozen now. You're good. You're good. You froze for like a second.
It's just a technical fault on Twitch. I'm a bit speechless.
It was
I,
the
I,
weirdest thing.
yeah.
I was like,
The only weird, well, so craziest. It's like I was in this world where, you know, one of those mazes that you try and go through, like labyrinth mazes.
mhm.
And I was in there and I was just running around like a headless chicken trying to get out. I couldn't get out. And there was all these like monsters out of nowhere that just like
Oh,
follow,
wow.
trying to kill me. And then all of a sudden, I came up to a block end and I could not get anywhere. And I was trapped. I
Oh
was
no.
trapped. I was trapped. And then next thing I knew, you know, when you like wake up and your heart just like knows, thinks your body's thinking you're not there. That's it.
Face blue question mark. When did you move over to YouTube, Reese?
I
I'm
think
curious.
that was on your channel. I think
Oh
that's
wow.
what it
Okay.
was on there.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah, I got stuck and then coming right close,
Okay.
and then all of a sudden, my heart, like, you know, when you get those shocks where, like,
Yeah. When you, like,
like
wake up from a
before
dream and you,
for
yeah. Oh my God, I
that,
hate those.
it was like that. I was like, ah, and I woke up and I just fell off the bed after
Oh
that.
no.
It was just like, whoa. It was just that shock. It was just like, I know you probably think that's just
Holy
not
shit, bro.
crazy, but it was just like, I don't know what it was. It was just mad, to be fair. But I know that's
Wow.
probably not the
Damn.
That's probably not the craziest, to be honest. But yours, I think you topped it off. To be fair.
It was just the
Okay.
weird. I was like, it was weird to me. I'm like, That's not why I'm a BTS fan. This is very strange. Brain, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
And
Uh,
Thorn's like, that's not really a secret though, talk about the disclaimer. And everybody does that. Gregory says new meat. No, not new meat. And yeah, I think we're caught up with the
Comments.
dreams. Yeah, except for the when we had to deal with customers.
Yeah. Reese has got your question saying, what's your favorite knife and can you show us?
I cannot show you right now because it's not here. Let me see. Do I have it? I'm trying to see if I put it somewhere. It's usually on my desk because I mean, guys, I'm a Southern girl. I usually have a knife somewhere, just for self-defense and other things. Because boxes are great with knives. But no, I don't have it up here at the moment, so I cannot, unfortunately, show you my favorite knife because it is not here. I don't know where it is. Maybe
Okay.
it might be on that table back there, but I don't know.
Okay, Reese is saying, okay, second favorite.
I don't have. I mean, the second favorite's not here either. I had like 3, and I don't know what happened to half of them. I had like 4. I don't know what happened to half of them. But I mean, I like this one because I like the way it looks, guys. Like it's really cool looking. See, and like it's got really clear. But I got this one because I liked the fact that it had like the openings and it looked really really neat with the openings and stuff. So that's why I got this one.
Reese just laughing because it's a third favorite then. To be fair,
I guess that would be this one.
Fair enough.
I like the serrated edge on it. I like the serrated edge, guys. See, can you see it? Serrated edge, and actually, you can't see it from that side. You can see it from this side. The serrated edge I like, and I don't like that it has like the push to close. Like you have to do the flip with your thumb. Yeah. The other one I have has a latch back here. It's my favorite one, and it's a lot easier to close for me. My boyfriend's really good with these. I'm not threatening you guys, but as you asked, and but yeah, but I this one, I mean, I just like it. It's just cool looking.
Yeah.
Oh, I could show you my key knife. I like my key knife. It looks like a key, but it's a blade. It's a tiny little bitty blade.
Is it just like
sharp as hell?
Is it just like loads of us? Is it just loads of like different like pocket knife type stuff? Is it?
No,
like
this is tiny. It's about the size of a key.
Oh, okay.
It's literally smaller. It's literally smaller than this. It's smaller than this.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, and it's like about like that, and like there's a little bitty blade in it that you can open, and then it has the press to put it back in, so it's a lot easier for me to open it. But I use that one for boxes all the time when I'm like working or I'm cutting something small around work or something.
That's mad. That is.
And my coworkers were cracking up. They were trying to decide. They were making a bet as to whether or not it was a knife or a key. And then I showed them like, I was right. Like it's a knife. I was like, yeah, it's a knife. Why does that surprise you? I don't know, but it's a knife.
Yeah. But it's a 10 out of 10 description. Absolutely, Crystal. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, when you see it, you understand. Like it's on my keyring over there. I'll go grab it. Here, I'll go grab it. I'll be right back. Hang on.
Okay. Well, Trans gets the lucky knives, shall we say? If you've got any questions, I was going to mention yours, Luciana. Sorry, but she just shut it off. But in relation to it, our knives and culture, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea from my side because from the UK.
Okay.
So I'm not 100% sure, but I'll get Trans's answer in a minute.
See, so like it's like a key. It's made like a key, right? And then there's a little knife, a little bitty blade. You have to press this when you open it all the way. You have to press this to close it back up.
Yeah, nice.
See? I love this thing.
Sure. Yeah. So.
And is knives our knives Southern culture? No, not really, Luciano. But most people in the South, at least where I'm from, they like showing off their knives for sure. It's a utility thing.
Yeah.
We like to fish a lot, so it's good to have a knife on hand for any particular task, cutting things or fishing or whatever, any of that stuff, Yeah. So we usually keep some sort of protection on hand. I don't know why that's a culture thing, but it is. whether it's a weapon or a knife, one of the two.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we usually have some sort of we like showing off our knives for sure. It's like, oh, that's a cool knife. Let me see. And we'll show our knife collections off. It's great.
Thorn says she just said it looks like a key, but it's a knife hand in the description.
Yeah. See, when I show it to you, it makes sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, is this going to be the knife show? By the sounds of it,
The
to be
knife
fair.
episode.
Yeah. Reese says, "What's your favorite knife?" Just a standard knife. That's just to eat, like to cut and eat. That's just the standard stuff.
I would
But
think you would say like a Swiss Army knife or something like that. That's utility.
if it had to be like outside of it, it'd probably be the Swiss knife
Yeah.
type. Luciana says South London sure has. Yeah, I mean, it just depends. It just depends on is there Bish Bash Bosh stuff. That's
I love it, Thor. I love it.
that's not the new way.
That's not the new name, but I love it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But it's just ever had a it can't be that easy. It's that easy moment in your life.
Oh, yeah, you can share that one. Yeah, every time I'm trying to fix like when I used to work in retail and I was trying to fix like the machines and stuff,
Yeah,
it usually I had to make sure that I didn't overthink it
yeah,
because it usually is the easiest answer. Like we had one time where the self checkouts were messed up and I was like, I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Why is it not working? And come to find out there was like paper jammed in the
yeah,
cash out, the cash in. And I was like trying to figure out why I was looking at okay, resetting it. Let's check what's going on here. Later on that night, I realized there was computer troubleshooting definitely. Later on that night, I was going through, I was still messing with it. I'm like, I don't know why is this not taking cash? Why is it not taking cash? And I somehow came across a piece of paper and I was like, what the hell is this? And I pulled it out and it was like a wrapped up like piece of like white paper or something that had been stuffed in the coin in. I'm
yeah,
like, and I was like, okay, is it working now? And we tested it and it's like, it's working now. All right, we're good. That was the easiest thing. But I was trying to overthink it because I was like, there's got to be something wrong with the system. That's actually not a bad place to that's actually not a bad sentiment to have there. Really, seriously, it's really not.
fair enough. For me, it's like coding.
Haha,
It's like
I beat
coding,
you,
isn't it?
Reese.
It's like
I was talking.
coding.
I was talking about Cranidos. Yeah, like coding, like coding. You're like,
Like,
what's wrong? Why is this code not working? And then you see it's like one little bitty like typo that you did,
yeah,
adding
absolutely.
a period where it shouldn't have been there. You're like, holy shit, that
Or
can't
just,
be it.
or
No,
just,
it is.
or just add something. That's it. MIDI
Yeah,
controller coding troubleshoot. Yeah. Or it's just simple as 1, 2, 3, and then it all of a sudden bang, it works. And you're like,
yeah.
but then sometimes you think it shouldn't have worked. It's working.
I
I'm
will
not complaining.
100% say illegal that it does take a little bit of skill to wield a knife for sure and defense. I will say that for sure. I will say that for
Absolutely. Yeah.
100%. I mean, it's not saying that I'm not discrediting the skill for for shooting, but like for knife, it takes a little bit of skill for sure, 100%.
Reese has had some good comments when I mentioned about the coding. Coding is annoying when it don't work. I get very
Yeah,
annoyed at it when it's just like one bracket is missing. Yeah,
yeah.
it's like yeah. So like you do a function and you just do everything that you do, and then you
Hmm.
gain shitloads of errors, and you're like, "What's this?" And then you
Yeah.
thought it was your issue with your local, and then all of a sudden,
Hmm.
oh, you didn't have a library.
Yes, 100% Thorn. It's usually the easiest resolution, and
But
you're
not
like,
always. But not
how the
always.
shit did that throw the whole code off?
Absolutely. And it's just really annoying. But then there are times where it's like, is it me? Is it, well, you always get that, yeah, you misspell a variable or something. And this is what annoys other people, but it's so funny as a developer.
Hmm.
Um, it's like it works on your machine, there's no
Yep.
bugs. But then when it goes to somewhere else, it's like there is bugs. Well, it works on my machine, so I
Why?
can't.
What's wrong with your machine? It's working fine for me.
Yeah, yeah. Like, like, uh, so Mad says, Reese says, although it's also when it works, I whenever you do
True.
a long piece of code.
Hmm.
You haven't tested it. You just write what you think at the time. And then when you hit that play button or wherever, the start button or wherever, and it works first time, you're thinking, this ain't right, something ain't right. So you have to do it again and again just to make sure that it wasn't a fluke.
Malk, I know exactly what you're talking about because this is one of my classes that I had to take.
Oh, the web design.
Yep. So I know exactly where you're coming from, buddy.
Like, have you done like HTML, JavaScript?
All of that. All of it.
So you should know all of it then.
Oh yeah. It was a tough class.
Tough class.
It was a tough class because there was a lot of projects that I had to get done. I didn't pass it eventually because I didn't get the final project in.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a tough class. It's
Web
not
des-
that okay. So I'm not okay, Reese. I'm not saying that web design is hard. I'm saying that there was a lot of projects in that class that were what caused the stress for me.
Lots of projects in
Dude,
quotes.
every week I had like 2 projects in like the last half of the semester. It was crazy. Like, here, you have to do this project, and have to do this project, and it's got to be in by the end of the week. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm not going to sleep tonight? What's going on here?
Yeah. That's mad. Crystal says, Mark, I have a story for you off stream on DC. Yeah. Just send me a story on Discord when you're free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought that a lot. Web design is fun. I didn't know you're doing Python, Crystal. That's good.
Oh, yeah, Thorn is doing Python, yeah.
Python is, I mean, I've done a bit of Python. It's more the coding language itself. It takes a bit of time to understand, but
Yep.
once you get the hang of it, it's a piece of piss.
It's like when I was doing the web design class and I was looking at HTML and it looked so daunting when I first looked at it, and then I started learning about the parts. I'm like, okay, this isn't that bad. It's just a matter of remembering the variables. There are things that help you remember the variables, like the project, the one that we use for making our projects is very helpful. I think we use Atomic, and
okay.
So you have a list of multiple variables that you can pull up for different reasons, and I still don't know what even like I only know like a fraction of them. But I was like, okay, the things that we're doing, okay, I get it, okay.
Yeah. That it does take time. Like it took people longer than they realized, but then once you've started really early in the IT department, then you understand the logic of how it all works. But if you just join in now, I do understand from your perspective when you've got like 2 projects going at the same time.
Yeah.
You're trying to
That was
help.
tough.
Yeah. Well, mad to be fair.
Vertex calculus? Holy shit, Thorn. That just sounds scary.
That's another time discussion, shall we say? Reese says, everyone, for those who code, what's your favorite coding language?
I don't have that much experience. I really liked doing HTML because it was fun and enjoyable. And it was really cool to see how all these little bitty parts came together to make this one paragraph thing. But I enjoyed it very, very much. I enjoyed it a lot.
Are you trying to do the music video of the
No,
square?
like the art, like we'd have like this massive length of code, right? Huge freaking length of code, takes up like a bunch of scrolls, and it turns out to be like a paragraph. And I was like, that's kind of cool, kind of scary at the same time, but kind of cool at the same time.
Don't panic. You're all right. I have done this. This will shock you. The amount of stuff that I've learned coding wise, like basic HTML, mainly intermediate HTML now because of the front end and the back end. JavaScript, pure Java. I've done a little bit of C, C++, a little bit. VB.net, the old VB.net, not the old one before it all got stopped for a long time. I know this is outside of it, of the coding, but it's like you got the Excel VB.net version.
Yeah.
So there's like loads.
I'm not
Python.
surprised, Reese. I 100% expected this from Malk. 100%. Like, whenever we have a technical difficulty, right, guys, before the stream, Malk usually finds out what it is so that we can get the stream going in a timely manner. So I 100% like expected this. I mean, it's a lot, yeah, and I'm like, my mind's blown from all the things that Malk, but like it's not surprising to me.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not a perfect coder at all. I'm not a developer not a perfect one at all. There's better people that do a good job. But for me, I just know the basics, majority of them, but not. There's some that I haven't done much, like C++ and C, because I just did like a project on it and VB.NET. But it was mainly HTML. JavaScript, I'm not a big fan.
We just
if it had,
touched on JavaScript at the end of our class.
yeah, JavaScript's all right when you know what you want to do.
Yeah.
The worst one I ever encountered, and I absolutely still hate it to this day, is Angular. Now, Angular is a different type of, yeah, JavaScript is absolutely a pain. C Sharp, ASP.NET, that was it. C Sharp and Java are similar languages or similar coding standards, but there's some different aspects of the Java side that's different to the C Sharp. So, but majority of the layout and etc. of how it all works, it's kind of similar, but those two are linked with each, well, not linked with each other, but like similarity.
Yeah,
That type.
It's I get what you're saying.
So I think Angular is the worst one for me, but the best one at the moment, which I'm still currently doing, is C Sharp, which I'm doing because I've moved from developer to now automation tester now.
Cool.
So it's more like Selenium,
Yeah.
like now you probably laugh because it's called Gherkin language. Gherkin, like the actual word.
I'm not gonna laugh. I mean,
no, that's
okay.
the word. That's the term. That's
if
the
that's
actual
what it's
word.
called. That's what it's called. I mean, you didn't make the
It's
word
like,
up.
no, it's like Gherkin language, which is basically pure English. You type something in, and then you just control it, like the steps and like the features and all the other stuff as well. This is mad. Absolutely
Thorn
mad.
says vertex calculus in Python. Take two triangles, write a code to rotate them in 3D space, and printing out what vertex they land on. Wow. Crazy.
That I can't give you the answer because I haven't done much on Python, so I can't really answer that, Crystal. Sorry.
Whoa, bro. No, he's saying that's what vertex calculus is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying if I have to written it down, it'll be like forever. We wouldn't finish the podcast.
Oh, and you are talking about me learning Korean. Let me show you this. I know it sounds difficult. Not even gonna lie. So, I just bought a new notebook and a new folder because I'm transcribing. Okay. These are my notes on Korean. Practices that I've done. This is all done a long time ago, by the way. A lot of practices. And more notes on the language itself.
And doodle drawings.
No, those aren't doodles. These aren't doodles. This is me practicing the writing. See?
Oh.
Yeah. I would have to so Reese says, Trance, dare you to make the note for a Bish Bash Bosh episode and send it to Malk in Korean. I would be literally using Google Translate for that because I am not anywhere near these. Do you think this is a lot of notes? I've only touched the tip of the iceberg in this language. I haven't even gotten into honorifics, and I took some notes on diphthongs as well, but I haven't gotten into that very much. Sound change rules, double consonants, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't even gotten into I've only barely touched the surface of this language. Like I am still very much a beginner. But I can say things.
And that's why you just speak English, Reese.
That's why you just speak English. I like it, Reese.
Absolutely.
I love
fine.
learning other language. I love learning, and since holy shit, since I'm a fan of Korean music, like I love learning languages, and I was like, I would like to hear my songs that I love in Korean and understand them because they lose something in translation. So like I would love to learn. I like learning languages. I'm just not very good at them. The boyfriend, I think he's taught himself 7 different languages. Some of them he's even fluent in. So
Yeah. Fair dues. Fair dues. What knife you hate the most?
I don't have a knife that I hate. I have all the knives I have because I like them.
Fair enough.
Now there is one the boyfriend has that I don't like, but he loves. It's called a flat iron. Damn thing looks like a
Okay.
butcher knife. I hate it. It's like a portable butcher knife. But I just don't like the way it looks. I mean, he loves it because it cuts really well, but I don't like it because I just don't like how it looks. So
Fair enough. I think that's the perfect answer. Oh, that's a good one actually, Reese. Between us two, what's your favorite number and why?
for me, it's a toss up between 2 and 8. I don't know why, but I can't tell you exactly why, but I've always just kind of been, I guess, drawn to those numbers. That sounds very, very weird and new agey, but I just like those numbers. I love even numbers, but I like those numbers a lot.
For me, I can't pick a favorite because I've got many different numbers that I like. 2, 5, and 39. Those are the
Nice.
ones there as well.
42 because it's the answer to life, the universe, and everything. That's why. Exactly.
Cool.
100%.
But I can't tell you the reasons why for those numbers. But those 3 numbers have
Oh.
been exact memory of.
Reasons, right. Exactly.
Oh no, sorry, there's another one. It was 9, 2, 5, 9, and 39. Those are the 4 numbers that are in my heart, and I can't pick one.
They're just
I don't know.
special to you.
Yeah, there's loads of reasons for it, so I can't really say. But those are the reasons why. Um, that
I don't know
picked
why I
them.
like 2 and 8 so much.
Yeah,
And like I like 28 because it's a combination of the 2, but I don't like 28. Like it's pretty much just 2 and 8 are the 2 ones that I really, really like.
yeah, absolutely. Guys, is there any more? Is there any more?
Oh God, Thorn. We're not gonna go into that.
What is those numbers?
I know at least one of them.
Would you like to say it?
Nope. That's borderline even for us.
Well, this is mature content, so you should know.
I know what 69 is.
Reese says, "Trans, say it."
I know what 69 is. I don't know the other ones.
Oh, fair enough. That's answered all our questions. To be fair, so guys, we're gonna have to stop the stream. Who
That's
don't
true,
know
Reese.
that?
Who doesn't know that? You're right.
Who doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to look them up just so I can be informed. Akahime, stop it, baby.
So,
I'm done.
guys, we're gonna have to stop the stream. I know Akihime doesn't want us to stop the stream because she's absolutely crying her eyes out
Come.
as well.
Come.
So we're gonna
Come,
have to
baby,
say
come.
goodbye from her in a minute, or don't
Or
stop
don't
it.
stop it. She's
We-
coming to say bye to you guys. Come on, baby. Come see mommy. Up, up, up. Up. Up, pumpkin. Up. She's like, no, mommy. Okay. She doesn't want to get up. Sorry, she doesn't want to say bye to y'all.
So basically tough shit with that.
Oh,
So, but like I said, guys, we are going to be stopping the stream for the podcast because, yeah, it's been a pleasure. Reese says 24-hour podcast. Maybe
No.
maybe not 24 hours. We'll probably do
No.
6-hour podcast as one off. But when that will
Maybe.
be for a
I have
charity.
no. It's a matter of like when we're doing it. I don't know when we're doing it.
Yeah, it's for a charity event. 6-hour podcast charity event. How about that?
Do what?
All I heard was pretzel. Sorry, we do apologise. All I heard was pretzel.
No, he said pixel.
Oh,
What is
there's a
it, babe?
pixel.
Dash's new phone.
Oh,
Why does
okay.
this just say cricket?
Ah. Anyway, I go ahead, guys. Sorry.
It's all right. Reese says 6 hours. Yeah, but then do 4 of them. No,
No.
one off. One off 6 hour stream one day.
No.
Whenever
no,
that
Reese.
will be, will be.
I don't know when. I don't know when it'll happen because of time constraints and scheduling, but we'll see.
Also, guys, we've got the new QR code on the top left on the screen.
Yeah.
I'm
Hit it,
sorry to all.
please.
I'm sorry to all that's on the audio. I will put it on the description for you guys as soon as
Yeah.
the podcast is finished. But yeah, click on that. Click on that QR code if you want to find out some merch. You want to buy some merch from the Bish Bash Bash podcast.
I'm excited about the damn beanie, bro.
So, Reese says, what magic thing is going to show next episode? I don't know.
That's a good question. We do have a guest lined up, provided I can get a hold of them this week and have them ready. It is going to be my friend Goya, aka the Goyangi. And I absolutely adore Goya. He and I have been friends for a very, very, very long time. And yeah, that's the plan, is to get him in and check it out and have fun. And he's excited, and we'll just check in with him, make sure everything's good, and then we've got to line up the next month for the next
Nice.
list of people.
Nice. So that's what's going to happen, guys, and we're going to be looking forward to it for next week on the 18th of February 2023. This was the 11th of February 2023. So we're going to make sure we're finishing off now, because I think everyone's eager to finish off at this stage. But guys, thank you so much for everyone. That's 7 days from now, Reese. Sorry.
7 days, Reese. Countdown begins now.
Yeah. So, but like I said, we'll all try and get some more podcast guests in the
Yes.
near future.
We've got to arrange the next month or so.
Yes, so we're going to get that sorted as soon as possible. But
We
for
will.
you guys, thank you to everyone that's contributed onto the stream. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that follow if you're on Twitch.
Yes, please.
Hit that subscribe button on YouTube if you're on there.
Yes.
We are aiming for the higher marks. I think, what did you say? You was near the 500 marker for.
I was 15 away, and now I'm 16 away. I don't know who unfollowed, but okay. But we are close to 500. We're getting there. It's a lot closer than it was before. At one point, we were at 430, so we were quite a ways away. But now we're at 484, so that's good. That's good.
So 182 followers to hit that. Oh, Reese, how dare you?
We did survive a stream without hydrates. Thank you for that, Reese. I appreciate it. I just didn't have enough to hydrate, buddy. I just had that's all that's left, literally down to here on my drink. It's just my coffee.
Normally when we do the streams, the hydrates always get kicked in
Constantly.
left, right, constantly from Reese until we banned him from the hydrates. But overall, thank you guys for joining us tonight. You've been absolutely amazing from all aspects.
Oh yeah.
From all aspects. Can I just say thank you to the hostess with the mostess is Trans Gamer Girl.
That's me. And thank you to the host with the most, my good buddy Malk up there.
Oh, thank you very much. It's
no, we're not banning Reese. Stop.
We're not banning. We're not
we
banning.
Love Reese.
We just
Reese
ban the hydrates from Reese. That's all I'm saying, to be fair. But yeah, guys, cheers for that. We're going to be back next week on the 18th of February 2023, all being well.
Any issues.
Bar any issues. That's enough time that you already timed out. That's enough for one stream. Absolutely, Reese. But yeah, guys, don't miss out. We're already on Spotify, Google Playlists, anyone that we will upload.
iTunes podcast, TuneIn, and a variety of other ones that off the top of my head I can't think of.
There's loads. There's to
so
be fair.
many.
So, but like I said, guys, thank you so much, and we're going to be shooting off now. So yeah, take it easy and take it easy.
All the love. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.